Ahoy, I'm the comic book hunter, also known as Hunter.
I'm
History of the Flash, also known
Harper.
And
Hackman.
I'm Tyler. Hold on, let me.
I
And
think
this is a
Titans
hero
is an
story.
acquired taste. There we go. We've
Yeah,
got.
This
let's
is
blow it
just
up. Let's blow up
terrible.
the hero story 300. Let's fuck it up. So, everyone listening, you know what this is. This is a hero story episode 300. We're all dressed
Mhm.
kind of nicely. And
Mhm.
I really don't have much more to say beyond that. I mean, we've been doing this. Harper and I have not been here the whole time, but you two nerds have been here since when did this podcast start?
20?
I
Yeah.
was not
What
listening
was our
to it at
first
the beginning.
episode?
May of 2018.
God damn, infinity
You
loop.
Yeah.
know, that's not entirely true because we're actually, Tyler and I actually both like the Century. If you go back to that first episode, you can actually hear us in the
It's true.
background.
We got
It's
retconned out.
Tyler, it's Tyler being like, I still read comics, and it's me being like, I'm fucking Mark Ruffalo. But if you really listen, it's there.
It is there.
Go back right
Easter
now, go
eggs,
back
yes.
and listen to
And if you
all of them
don't, I was
again.
gonna say if you don't hear it in
Mhm.
that one, it's in the next one. It's
Yeah,
there.
and if you don't hear it, it's also a you problem.
But
Yeah, get
please
your
do
fucking
not go
ears
back and
fixed.
listen to the first episode
No,
because
we've had a
No.
lot of people being like, I'm gonna start at episode one and make it all the way.
please don't.
Don't. This
Are we
isn't like a
rebooting?
continuity
I've
thing.
never listened to one. I've never listened to episode one.
I was
I
thinking that like Hunter and I could do a video where like me and him like listen back to it. Like we just like it would be cringe. Like we'd hurt.
Can we
Like
all listen back to? No,
Yeah,
I think we
wow.
should all. I
We
think
made
Tyler and I
it.
need to be there for that as well.
JD and I agreed when we started. We're just like, okay, 30 minutes is the max we'll go because no one will listen past that.
that's what
And we
I
have to
thought.
make
Yeah.
sure we're very professional and we don't cut each other out. And I remember when we finished, we're just like, we only cut each other off like two times. We're gonna be
This
rich.
will never go
Yeah.
wrong. Like this would be great. For anyone who's been listening for like a long, long time, this actually started on Instagram Live back when I was in college, and I think Hunter was also in
That
college.
was, yeah.
And
Mhm.
I'd be in my dorm room and we'd just go on live and talk about comics. And then people jokingly said make a podcast. We took them way too serious, and then actually made
Mhm.
a podcast. About
And
100
bada
episodes.
boom, bada bing.
Yeah, 100 episodes in, we met these two clowns, and
Yeah.
Yeah. And just to show how far this went back, we were on Instagram Live like the week Instagram Live came out.
yeah.
That's why we were doing
Oh,
it.
congratulations, Instagram Live.
Wow, nice.
Ah,
for them.
classic
We
I
podcast
decided-
was gonna
joke.
say Harper always does that.
May
And
2018
I
is
remember
crazy.
JD would record in a stairwell sometimes because he had roommates that were there at the time. And we were
Yeah.
recording like 9
Yeah.
at night. We had moments going in where like one of the first movies we did was Endgame. When we reviewed Captain Marvel, JD did it in a library.
Mm,
And he was
Yeah.
kicked
I'm
out.
in college, yeah. Way back.
Yeah.
I still remember Tyler recording in a hallway during COVID
Yes,
with like a
I-
mask on and being
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Yeah,
yeah.
so in Daredevil this week," and we're
Yeah, it
like,
was crazy.
"Oh,
This was-
okay."
Yeah.
This was us when we started the
Oh my
podcast.
God.
Whoa.
A long way
Oh
since
my
then.
God.
Oh my God.
That's so funny.
JD,
I
you
like.
look 5 years old.
I was gonna say we're probably all the same age there, but
And,
JD looks like he's 3.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
14. I was a freshman in high school now.
I was like 15 in that
That's
picture.
insane.
Uh,
Or was like
I was
what,
I was
45
I
in
was
that photo?
16. I think I was 16 in that photo.
I was 16 in that one for me. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
A hero
I
story
remember-
one.
When
Wow.
Tyler first joined too, you used to record with your camera level.
Oh yeah,
like
because
this.
it was the computer
Yeah.
camera I was using, so it was like here. Or like
Yeah, you were
this.
always very close. We were like staring up your
The
Yeah.
desk.
Joker Hopkins video from The Dark Knight, you know, he's like, Brian.
People will die.
Man of my word. Yeah.
And we
I
we
feel
would
like-
invite. Sorry.
Oh,
goes?
no, you go. I was gonna lay out the sort of what this
Oh,
episode.
yeah, last thing I'll say,
I am enjoying reminiscing. Remember that time when JD's dad was the Joker? Do you guys remember that?
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
I
I
do
forget.
remember that.
Wow.
We would
Was it 4
invite
years
guests on
ago
every
now?
so often. Our guests were always comic guests, but Tyler and Harper, I think the four of us just had really good chemistry, which is why we had you guys come on again and again and again until eventually we asked if you guys would want to join full time, and Tyler said no.
I said no.
But
Yeah,
still-
I
but
was
he
in
still
a
was
comic
on
book
every
store and I
week.
was like, "Oh my God, my
I mean,
heroes
it was like a
like me."
Batman Justice League. Like, I'll be here when you need me. But he's basically a member, you know? Like,
Yeah.
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 Hey,
I remember
oh,
Tyler
my
saying no, but he would still like to be on every week. It's like,
Yeah,
Well, it was
yeah.
just I didn't want to be on. I didn't want to have to be on because that was when everything was professional, and we were like, we all have to be there every week, and I was like, I don't.
we
wanna
got to be
there
caught up
every
on Dark
single
Knight's death
week.
metal, and we've
Yeah.
got to,
Yeah,
You'll
which
get
we
that.
all were. God damn it.
Mhm.
Oh my God, dude! Sometimes I still think back about how in the first episode I said I'm gonna drop a little truth bomb and I want to hang myself.
that's what I'm saying. We
What?
could cringe at episode one even worse.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would love to go back to episode 1.
That'd be fun to just a reaction
I
to that,
remember
'cause,
how
oh,
nervous I was. I was so now I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit anymore. Like it
and
doesn't
this was
matter.
before we were on video too. We used to just
Do audio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
yeah, there wasn't we didn't even have to like
The real
which
reason we
was
started
great
YouTube
because
was a deaf follower had asked if we could do a podcast with subtitles, and we were like, "Oh, YouTube."
yeah,
And
that's the only
the
reason.
good thing about video because like how many episodes was it before we got
It was like
video for
It
like
was
105 or
100, I think,
something.
right? Yeah.
oh okay because like the first
Spotify.
couple episodes that like I was on when we didn't have video I remember I looked like this so it was actually really good that
Did you just call
Blob.
me
Yeah, like he
Blob?
was
you
he
just
was
call
he
me
was
blood
deaf.
ah fuck
You had that
God damn it.
fast. Wow.
That's his home screen. It's his home screen.
That's so quick.
That was fast. But yeah, we ended up doing video. But even our first real guest was Joshua Williamson, and we didn't record video for that at all. And
Mm.
I think the second time he was on, we also weren't
Well, because
recording video.
it was
So
it would have been pre-COVID. Nobody was using Zoom. Zoom
Well,
was
I
not
was gonna say
the thing.
we used to record on Skype. We used
Yeah.
Discord. We used a few different
Discord. I
things.
remember. I
We
remember
also
Discord.
Oh,
the
wow, I
first
remember
30
Discord.
episodes are
Yeah.
SoundCloud only. We didn't get Apple and Spotify until like 30 something episodes in. So I think that
Wow.
Joshua Williamson was the first one to be on other platforms.
yeah, because we're like, we
That's
gotta get this out there
crazy.
as much as we can.
So the people that have gone back and listened from episode one have had to go like SoundCloud and then on to other.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
That a print,
awesome,
man.
dude. Dude, like shout out to the. Actually, you know what? This is a very good time to actually say a very heartfelt thank you to every single person who has listened and interacted over the years.
This is true.
And
Yeah, thank you.
we like to
Love
joke,
you,
but
Ronald
like
McDonald.
seriously, we love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for interacting. Thank you so much for giving a shit and listening to
Mhm.
our dumb opinions and then
Yeah.
voicing your own and agreeing or disagreeing or debating or messaging or whatever it is.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's been
even like
amazing. Thank you
stuff
so
like
much.
last week when we did the D&D and we get messages that are like, I cannot believe the ending.
I
It's
know.
like, dude, oh
I
my
know.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that, it does. Oh, it feels good. If it makes it
And
worth
like people that reach out with their own stories of where they are in life and how the show has helped them or like why they look forward to it every week or whatever. And it's just like fuck it. Like
Hard
I know
crashes you've been
I
in.
know I know I just said like I don't give a shit anymore, but stuff like that is the reason I'm like, oh okay, yeah, I'll definitely come on and talk about Ultimates 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it means something to people, and that is really fucking
which is
special. I really
insane because
appreciate
we're
it.
dumb
It is
as
insane.
fuck. We're so
Yeah.
dumb. This thing has devolved.
Mhm.
If this thing was professional at the beginning, oh my God, what happened? Like the fall of Rome, pretty much. We are so stupid now. And especially like if you go back, because we were all just becoming friends when we started, all four of us
Mm.
doing this, but we were just
Mhm.
talking about like we were just Harper before we started recording just went or started doing epic rap battles of history. We were just fucking talking about that for like a couple minutes. It is oh my
Yeah.
God.
And it's like I went from like writing down, I was like dead, like so dead set into the notes preparing for the episode, and then looked up and immediately started quoting epic rap battles. Then JD went, and then Tyler went.
Yeah.
It's one of those things too that like as much as we joke about like this is the end of the podcast, we need to end the podcast. Like it's one of those things that I think weekly or however often it's going to be, like we enjoy it. We enjoy getting an hour, 2 hours to just talk about the stuff we love and interact with you guys.
Yeah.
Even just like sometimes just us bullshit and riffing off each other. So it's good stuff.
It's a way for us to kind of hang out too, because we don't get paid for this.
No,
And even
and
though
we
we've been
live
doing
in
this for
we live in separate countries for the most part as well.
Yeah.
And not even that. You Harper, you live on a different continent.
Continent,
So,
yeah, I'm
across
halfway
the
across
world.
it.
So
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's crazy.
And Tyler and I are the only two that have ever actually met, and it was only
Yeah. Well, because you
twice
live
we met.
upstairs. You live right.
Yeah, upstairs.
People don't know this.
Up
Right up
those
those
stairs behind
stairs,
Tyler.
is JD.
Yeah.
God damn it! I can't even.
We didn't want the echo, but
There we
we're the only two that have met. I think one day we'll all meet. We'll
Yeah.
get like
Yeah.
All right,
fantastic
it will.
four pose photo.
Harper
will
did say
so
300
happen.
would be in person. I remember that. I remember you saying.
Did I say
Yes.
that? You
Yeah.
guys are
So
all,
let me walk
you guys are-
upstairs.
yeah, you're all invited to my wedding. Are you guys going to come to my wedding?
I will be there.
We're gonna
Yes.
what?
Oh no.
I guess.
Look,
That's what
can
you
I?
want,
I just
bro.
want to say, to you guys.
Are all the
that they
listeners
say
invited?
that you. No. Yeah, all of them. But you have to be subscribed and following the Instagram page. Make sure you share this.
Your wedding has a hero story logos everywhere. It's just
It's got like
like,
it's like a giveaway promo. Like you could win a ticket to Harper's wedding.
Can I say something to you guys?
Yeah, I mean,
You know, they
this is
say
what a
that you
podcast
can't.
is.
They say you can't choose your family, but I disagree, and I have chosen you guys, and I love you,
Aw.
all three of
Aw.
you. I love you.
oh, did
Love
we
you
replace
guys.
your mother?
Huh?
Did we replace your mom?
Oh, please, someone replace my fucking mom.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Harper, you said you were going to go over what this episode's going to be.
okay. Well, look, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we're talking Daredevil Born Again.
Yep.
We're talking Fantastic Four trailer.
Yeah, but just news.
We are
general
catching
news,
up on some comics, some
Yeah.
that I've read, and some that I have looked at the last page to see what the reveal is because you guys were talking about it in the group chat.
I only have 3 comments written down.
Then we are doing, I guess, the first Hero Story Awards where we're actually awarding ourselves. So it's just a big self-congratulatory wank off of
We're just
us. We're
jerking
not
off,
giving
yeah.
awards out to the best things we've.
can we start
No.
with that? This is my favorite.
You,
My
you,
favorite.
do you want to start with?
We did
you wanna
establish
start with
that
awarding
Hunter and
ourselves?
JD are not wearing pants underneath their suits. So
Yes.
I'm wearing
Which I see.
pajamas as well. Yeah. You
Well,
guys at
like
least
we
wearing
are
underwear?
kind of catching up because Tyler actually looked up before. We haven't done a real episode in 2 months.
yeah, since
Yeah.
the Timmy's episode, we haven't done news and stuff like that because next was Mark Wade, and then after that was just we were just talking about fan theories for an episode for no reason.
And Mark
then we
Wade's
did
kind of like the
D&D.
real 300 because that was like supposed to be 300. We just got
Yeah.
there. I'm too
Fan-
soon. Ezra Miller.
Fan Theories was an episode. It was a number.
It was, but we
right?
didn't talk like we didn't do news or comics. Or
Oh
whatever.
yeah,
We just-
true. Yeah, true. I see what you're saying.
Because I do have a bunch of news that we have to catch up on, including the Fantastic Four trailer. But first, I guess jumping into it. It's
Oh my
kinda-
God, sorry, I hate that. I know this is such a hero story, quintessential hero story, me interrupting right as we're about to get in. Tyler, you're going to love this. We just got a new comment on the last episode of D&D, which please go and watch our season 2 of Dungeons and Dragons
Yes.
if you haven't not
Please.
already. We
Oh
promise.
my God, it was epic. I walk around thinking about that the last
Yeah.
episodes like so much.
Promise
The
you
ending.
guys will
The
love it.
ending.
Well, that's what I'm going to read here.
What
so
did
this
you
is
think of that
spoilers. This is spoilers for the end of our second season. Skip forward like 15 seconds. I'm just going to read this one comment. But we had a new comment from Kev Dork who says, I love how season 1 ended with Delark, the biggest asshole ever making the sacrifice play. And then season 2 ends with the most heroic of them all, Gold Petal becoming a god and forcing his friends to kneel. That's
Yeah.
how good
It's good
that
stuff.
series is. And we have not written it to be like that. So
No,
if you were
And
It's,
I'm-
all,
listening,
it's mostly improv, yeah.
3 will be awesome. Very fun.
We are.
Yeah,
we,
well,
we did
3
say,
we're
like,
going to
comment if you
execute
want
one of
3.
the players live in real life.
Yeah.
Bye bye,
Yeah,
Sean.
In real life.
So-
Oh God, okay.
we will do 3, but maybe in a few months' time.
Yeah.
It's not going to be 2
August.
years.
It's coming out in August. We
Sure.
can confirm that right
August.
now.
Sure. Okay.
Sure.
Confirmed. August. We should actually. Why not? Why not August? Yeah. Why not? We can stick to
Yeah,
that.
fuck it,
No.
August,
Let's do it in
why not?
August.
I was gonna
We can do
say
August.
June, but okay.
Actually, you know what? March.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Of
it's
2026.
Yes.
Oh man, I can do
Um,
June anyway. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Jumping into the news, a bit sad news to start. Unfortunately, we do have to talk about it. Gene Hackman died under
Yeah.
weird, mysterious circumstances.
Yeah, it's a-
But of course, the Lex Luthor to Christopher Reeve Superman, iconic. I mean, not just that. Obviously, there's so many iconic Gene Hackman movies. I love The French Connection. I
French
genuinely
Connection,
think that's
yeah.
one of the best
Mm.
movies ever made. And he's one of the
I
all-time
love-
great actors. So
Yeah, I love him in
It's-
that original. So I love him refusing to be bald for that movie, and then at the end being like, "I'm bald all along." That's
yeah,
such
I've
a
been
good
bald
reveal.
this whole time.
I've been bald
Yeah.
this whole time.
I
It's
just
so
love
good.
that it's I love so much that it's just like a land, like a what's it called? It's just a plot about how he wants to buy land, and I
Yeah.
just like it's such a lame plot, but he kills it. He's so good.
Yeah,
He's the best. No, you'd say Michael Rosenbaum, right? I still haven't seen Smallville, but I think as far as movies go, he's probably the best. He's probably the best movie Lex Luthor so far.
yeah. There's not much to
competition
compare, but-
compared to.
I don't really
to
remember him
what
having
fucking-
a Jolly Rancher though.
That's
So-
true.
Oh, that's true. He did.
It's Cherry.
How
Um,
dare Kevin Spacey try to stand where he stood?
I know, and he
Fucking-
does another real estate plot. Like he does another,
Certified.
but he want like the Kevin Spacey one. I really don't understand the Lex Luthor. He's like, I'm gonna sell this giant rock
Mm.
land. We're gonna build apartments here. Like no one wants to live on Kryptonite. It's ugly as fuck. You know what I mean?
Probably
What was
cause cancer too.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Like what a horrible.
Look, well, Tyler, I don't know if you know this, but Superman Returns is actually not very good. I don't
No,
know if
yeah,
you
I,
knew
I
that.
I might have known that actually.
You might have known. Okay,
But that,
Yeah.
just in
but the
case.
plane landing scene
The plane scene, the
The-
plane
that
scene.
When the
plane
bullet
sequence,
hits his
though.
eye, oh my
That's
god!
pretty sick.
absolute cinema.
I think you also have to take in account that Gene Hackman. I mean, it's the same with Reeve Superman, but it exists pre-crisis. Like we think of Lex Luthor, businessman Lex Luthor. That's crisis. Post-crisis Lex '86.
Yeah.
Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor is the mad scientist Lex Luthor, and I love that version, man. I love
You
it.
were talking about like you were referencing the actual actor. Well, post crisis Gene Hackman's career was blah blah blah, and then
post-crisis.
pre-crisis.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
Oh my god!
Anyway, rest in peace.
that's-
Very
that
weird.
one's
I feel
sad.
like we don't know the circumstances surrounding it.
Well,
but
initially
It
we
sounded
thought it
like
was
a-
carbon
Maybe
monoxide, but
yeah.
then it was like
he
there
was
were pills
95.
and
No, but
stuff.
he died. He was found dead with his wife and their dog. Is the thing.
and their
They
dog.
were
and-
all dead, yeah.
And
Yeah,
they
and-
assume we all assume carbon monoxide poisoning, something like that.
Yeah.
But then they said there's no evidence of that, so it's like something.
Yeah, and they said there were like
fishy.
pills strewn around all over the floor of the house, and like it's sus. Yeah,
It's very
sad
sus.
anyway.
But yeah, we're not gonna conspiracize or
Yeah,
whatever.
I was like, let's
about
not
it.
make any guesses here.
Yeah. We should talk about next. We didn't get to talk about it. The Fantastic Four trailer came out a month ago, and it looks awesome. I love
No,
it.
we did talk about it because didn't I watch it live on the show?
You watched it after we
No,
recorded an
that was
episode.
after,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Um,
finished recording D&D when it came out, and we watched it together, but we've all seen it except for JD. So we
Yeah.
were just staring at JD's reaction the whole time.
Yeah, and him
Mhm.
going, oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, you
and
just
then at
kept
the end he was
nodding.
just like, looks pretty good, and we were like, "Ooh."
it does look pretty good. I really think it looks like just the vibe. You're on your third reboot of the Fantastic Four. It has never worked, and not only has it never worked, it's been they've not been great, right? You can talk about the original, the 2005, the Tim Story ones, and it was fun, but they never reached the heights of what this thing should be. And then you have the worst comic book movie ever in Fan Four Stick.
Maybe.
And
Not the
so-
worst, but yeah, bad.
What do you do? How do you reinvigorate this? You just take it back to its roots. 60s retro futuristic. I think it looks really cool. Like the vibes are on point. You know what I mean?
I think it looks phenomenal. I think
Yeah,
it's
it looks-
going to be absolutely iconically
I
think
think
I-
because it looks
I
like
think
there's
it'll be
a
better than
real-
Superman.
It looks
yeah,
like it
well,
could be.
obviously it'll be better than Superman. Superman's gonna be trash, dude.
It looks like there's a real swing. It looks like they're taking the Marvel equivalent of a Risk, which is just like, first of all, it doesn't take place in the sacred timeline or whatever.
MCU, yeah.
Yeah,
The
so it's like,
Marvel equivalent of a Risk.
yeah, it's not a risk to make a
I
big
know, that's
$250
just-
million movie, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, it's different looking. There's a style to it. They seem to care about the details, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like there's love and effort put into this. They didn't just shit it out,
Color, yeah.
and so I think it looks cool. Ben Grimm looks perfect. Oh
He
my
looks
God.
amazing.
He looks
Wow.
incredible. Yeah, I love it. I love the casting. I love it all.
Not because it's not good, it just needs a bit more zip.
Zip.
I do wish his voice was a bit more
Gravelly?
growly, but yeah,
I
That's fine for
love
I
how
did
Vanessa Kirby
over
looks as Sue.
yesterday.
Clearly, she's pregnant in that trailer. Joseph Quinn looks great, and then we have Pedro, who I think does look great as Reed Richards. It's an
Mhm.
interesting version of Reed Richards. He's playing like a leading man, where he's like, it seems like in this universe. I mean, not even seems like, it is like the posters are of fans around the Fantastic Four. They're celebrities, they're superstars. And so I love the idea that Reed Richards is just like this big nerd who goes on television or something and talks about science. And that's why people
He's like
love
Neil
him.
deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, like he's like
Bill Nye
leading
the
us.
Science Guy.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
leading us into the
Mhm.
future. I love that. Yeah, and Bill Nye the Science Guy, like I think that's why they call him Mr. Fantastic. That's probably his
All
name.
the scientific minds in history.
tele-
Speaker in a bow tie up against me.
Oh no.
I discovered gravity. I dropped bombs and fall over an apple tree.
You want to keep going?
I see what you mean, though. Yeah, that's probably like his catchphrase before he gets his powers.
Yeah, he's like,
not
he's
his catchphrase,
Mr.
like his
Fantastic,
name. Yeah,
Yeah, I think he looks.
I could see them
really
doing
fun.
something where he talks to like kids in like grade
Yeah.
6 or something.
Yeah. I mean, that was in that
You would
leaked
love that, Hunter.
footage.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
okay.
Hunter, you're going to do a
You're the
backflip in the
you're
cinema if he holds that big L. If he
But
was
the
that
oh,
thing-
Civil
if the
War or
thing and
whatever.
Luke, yo, if Luke Cage is in this, I'm gonna be like,
Oh my god, are they
I'll,
going to do
I'll,
it?
I'll, I'll
The
grab the two people next to me and like squeeze their arms and just
Yeah, if you
They're
can imagine, if
strangers to you.
the only Marvel cameo in this movie is Luke Cage. Yeah,
yeah, like
Listen to Al.
Is like
he
Mike Coulter or
returns.
something?
Yeah, Mike Coulter. That'd be
I
sick,
hope so.
actually.
He's good.
There's gonna be after the big battle, they're gonna be like, we gotta clean up the streets, and then it's gonna be like the shot of Wolverine Deadpool walking, so it's slow motion, but it's just Mike Coulter
But
in like a yellow shirt.
um, I think this could probably lead
Oh
into
my God.
into this bit of news because there was leaked concept art of Fantastic Four alongside the other ones that we'll talk about, but there was leaked concept art of
Oh yeah,
Fantastic
we
Four.
should talk about that.
Franklin
Oh,
Richards is
shit,
clearly in this
yeah.
movie. I don't think that's a spoiler to say at all, right? Franklin
Who's sorry?
Richards.
Oh
Franklin
yeah.
Richards. Yeah, definitely in this movie. Sue is definitely pregnant. It's probably called First Steps because the baby's taking his first steps.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God. I never realized that.
Yeah.
No, I
in the
feel like such an
concept art-
idiot, Hunter.
in the concept
Oh my
art
God.
that was leaked, Franklin
Same
Richards
brain,
has
same wavelength.
Like Tyler's put that together clearly weeks ago, and we're both just like, oh.
but Franklin
Oh,
Richards in
man.
the concept art, and this is not going to track into the movie, I'm sure, but he's wearing a Spider-Man onesie, and I just love the idea because we don't know the idea that there are other Marvel superheroes in this world, like that this is a different Marvel universe where these other characters also exist. That is
Like Luke
really
Cage.
interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like who?
Dude, it's
Like Luke
happening.
Cage.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
happening.
But I like the idea that like sounds really cool. But obviously the bigger news was that this week, was it this week or was it last week, that there was leaked concept art of Avengers
week.
Doomsday.
Was
It was
it
the weekend,
early?
last weekend. It was on
Weekend,
Sunday.
yeah, okay.
A
Sunday or
leaked
Saturday.
concept
Yeah.
art from Avengers Doomsday, Doctor
And
Doom, Battle World.
let me comment
all
on
that
this real
stuff.
quick. I've seen some people be like, it might not be real. Marvel is removing people that post
Yeah, no,
it.
Yes,
it's
so
definitely
Basically,
it's
what
definitely
happened
real.
was
Yeah.
this person who has
Did you see
worked
this,
for
JD?
I think so.
so this woman worked as a
Hard to
concept
find
artist for
now.
Marvel. She's worked for a couple of years now. What happened was, I think someone just like they were just on her portfolio by accident. Like someone just checked and it was there. And so she
What?
fucked up and like it wasn't intentional. It wasn't like a leak in that sense.
And she's fired.
And she's
I was gonna
probably
say she's
fired
dead
or
now,
dead.
dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that was what
Yeah.
happened, and that is crazy that could just be like, imagine all the shit like that's just out there, and like someone just has to find it. You know what I mean?
Because like,
Um,
she did the concept art for like Multiverse of Madness that leaked.
Yes, I think what
right
actually
before the movie
happened
came out.
is that the She-Hulk concept art book came out recently, and I think someone was looking it up, and they got linked to her concept art of She-Hulk and Hulk in this movie, Avengers Doomsday.
Oh.
Which is interesting. I guess we could start with that one. That one looks really interesting. The whole thing is medieval
Yeah.
battle world, kind of flavored. But there's a lot of interesting stuff.
We should just go through it because there's like what, 7
The six-
images
yeah,
or something?
there's not
so
that many.
okay. The first one I think that really caught my
Let's do the
attention
Hulk one.
was okay. It was the Hulk one. So it's a medieval. Looks like in battle
Don't show it,
world.
though.
Don't show it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Actually,
I was gonna say
Um,
go through them all.
Can you send
In-
it to the chat? Just 'cause I feel
Yeah, I'll
like
send
I-
it in the chat. Yeah,
then
so,
we can talk. Send it one at a time.
So the She-Hulk, Hulk, and Scar, it looks like a kind of Planet Hulk in Battle World in 2015 Secret Wars. There is a Planet Hulk area, and that's a different thing where it's a gladiator version of Steve Rogers, which is awesome. And that's not
Mhm.
what this is going to be. But I like the idea that all the Hulks live in one area. Everyone looks
'Cause
it's
it-
like Shrek. Looks
The
like
background
Shrek.
characters are
but-
green.
Yeah,
so,
it looks like a Planet Hulk, right?
Mhm.
But the character designs look awesome. Like
Yeah, they all look
She-Hulk looks
great,
sick. Hulk looks sick. Scar looks
Scar looks
way
cool.
fucking better than he did in
Yeah,
She-Hulk.
he has the long hair.
And just kind of the medieval flavor of it all looks really neat. And it might not even necessarily be medieval. It could just be like Latveria or something, but it looks really neat. This
Well,
one,
the
I
other
think
designs look very medieval.
this one I think is the kind of bigger one. This is the Doom throne room kind of one. We have Doom
There's
on
two
the
of them.
throne wearing white. We have next to him Sue Storm and
Doctor
Franklin Richards
Strange.
and
Yeah.
Sheriff Strange. We have what looks like
Mhm.
Reed Richards on trial being held by Yelena. So the Thunderbolts, I guess, are like his Thor core in this version.
Oh, I
which I guess
didn't
is cool.
notice that. Yeah.
Yeah. Doom
It is
looks
Elena. Wow.
Doom looks
Yeah,
like
if
Doctor
you
Doom.
This is
Dude, yeah, if you take this as you just look at the picture and you
Sick
don't
as fuck.
think about the context, this is the coolest looking
Yeah, I
thing
mean,
you've
I
ever
said this
seen
like,
in your
yeah, this
I'm like
I
zooming in. I'm like, wow.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yelena,
dude,
and then
like,
look at it's like Pedro, it's Reed on
yeah,
trial as
Pedro
well
Reed bowing down to Doom and
in
like
white. Sheriff
Sheriff Strange is there.
Strange, yeah, again Sue and Franklin Richards. Like it
And we
looks,
talked about this in the chat, but like Tyler made the point, this doesn't hit as hard because these characters don't know each other.
Yeah, they're
yes,
Pedro's
strangers.
never
Yeah.
met Doom. Like the relationship between Doom and Strange isn't there. These guys that have known each other for fucking
yeah.
decades,
Well,
two
because
dudes that are vying for the same
this
title the
should
whole
be,
time.
and I like as it expands, we go into more of these. Like this should be for me as well. Like at least I feel like this should be the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, right? And that goes into the whole, Robert Downey Jr. of it all. Like, I'll send this
Mm,
this piece of concept art. This is just the straight up Doctor Doom one.
Doomsuit. Yeah.
Doom
The
yeah.
sitting on
suit.
throne. This is Doctor Doom. This is what Doctor Doom looks like. This is what I want Doctor Doom to look like in a fucking
It's
movie,
fucking so cool.
right? Like,
Dude
like
looks
Oh
aura.
my god.
You know what I mean? Just he looks
Dude,
With
so
the
good.
green
that
eyes.
photo is so look how cool that is. That's so cool. What the
But
fuck?
it's Robert Downey Jr. and that's weird, and we're gonna have to deal with that, And he looks cool.
Yeah,
and
the
we should
thing is like
preface we should preface first of all, obviously, that there's a million pieces of concept art for every movie, and there's no guarantee that any of this will look like any of this in the actual final film, or even be in the final film. Like these characters, like She-Hulk, and we'll get into like later characters, might not actually be in this movie at the end of the day. Like there's concept art for No Way Home that has America Chavez, so
mm,
Yeah.
it's all up in the
Good
air.
point.
But the visual style of this looks so interesting. It looks really cool.
One thing
my
that's fairly consistent for a lot of these is the medieval look to it. So it looks
Yes, and I
mm,
think
like Doom's world will
yes.
have that look. And the fact that these characters like Sheriff Strange and Yelena there, they're also in medieval like clothing makes it
Yeah,
kind of
and it is
confirm that
important to note that this is
yeah.
leaked from Doomsday and not from Secret Wars. So
mm,
Yeah, this is
it
not Secret Wars.
it
interesting, isn't it?
yeah, Hunter, you said this, that it could just be a movie where we start on Battle World and then we have to work backwards on why. And
I think that's exactly what it will be. I think
I
it's
think
just going
that
to start straight
sucks.
into it.
I think that sucks.
I like that
But
because for
it's
me that
jumping.
is
I kind of like it.
Is it the
yeah.
best
I
way to do
like how
this at
bold
this
that
point?
is.
I guess it
Uh,
is, right? But like I get it, because it's like we're running out of time, but we're missing out on all the incursions. We're missing out on time runs out. Like all that stuff. I feel
Yeah.
like I don't
True, but like
care as
I don't
much.
see how you do incursions in the like movies. Like, do you just have characters in
That need to be
post-credit
Doctor
scene?
Strange 3.
You could have
Yeah.
just like a Doctor Strange 3 could have just been that.
But
Just
do we know that that doesn't come out before this? Do we know for
yeah,
sure?
I mean, yeah.
Well, this
It's
starts
thought they were
Fantastic
like in
Four
a
and then it's
week.
Avengers.
Oh, because I thought they were fast tracking Doctor Strange 3.
It would be
No,
if
Fantastic Four. The
anything.
only movie between the two Avengers movies, because they're flying back to back, is Spider-Man 4.
Yes. And it
Oh,
could
okay.
be more in between. We don't know yet. They could, I guess, film something this year as well. And if they want to do a Doctor Strange 3 next year, right? Let's say hypothetically, Doctor Strange time runs out, where we work backwards from Battle World and we get to Battle World in that after Doomsday.
Yeah, we haven't
Weird.
built up to it. Yeah.
And whatever. But I mean, I said this from the beginning. I would have loved just Hickman's like all of it done on film, And I think
It
this is
almost
just
feels
the
like
lamest way to do it.
it almost feels like Secret Wars should be first and this should be second. Like Secret Wars should be the movie where they're
Doomsday.
having to deal with like all the the
Yeah.
incursions
Well,
happening and the Illuminati working together to try and stop it and ultimately
think-
failing and then
it could be, I think, Hunter, you said this as well. It could be something as simple as like
Most of them.
like a House of M, where everyone is
Mhm.
brainwashed into thinking this is how history has always been, and then there's someone who it probably would be like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and then you sent the
100%.
comment that said something like they could tie in the spell from Doctor Strange. Nobody remembers him; he remembers things, something like that. You could make that work. The
It's
connective
basically
tissue.
to kind of put on that, make Spider-Man Wally West in Rebirth. He's
Sure.
from the old
Yes.
universe,
I
and
mean,
he's
that is-
trying to figure out how to get back.
Yeah.
that is what Secret Wars was. Like Sheriff Strange was the only one that remembered out of those
Well,
people, and then there was the people that were
The
stranded.
life
like,
raft,
in
though,
the
I
survivors,
think
yeah.
what
Yeah,
you
that's-
want is the life draft characters, and you could even just do those characters literally because it was clearly
You can.
inspired by the MCU at that point. It was like Star-Lord and Captain Marvel and like
Black Panther and Namor
Black
and
Panther
whatever.
and name Black Panther.
Panther.
I just said because
Black
I was thinking about
Panther.
I was thinking about Thor. Jane Foster as Thor was there as well. Peter Miles, all that. I think it's probably just gonna be Peter Parker though.
Yeah.
And Reed Richards. I would assume Reed Richards is not part of this.
I don't think it will be just Peter. I think he has to have someone to play off like fairly early on.
Reed
surely.
maybe then. I think Reed and Peter would be cool.
Fuck, that'd be cool as hell.
Or even just Doctor Strange.
What about
if Doctor
this?
Strange
What about
remembers
Robert
everything.
Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom? What about that?
Oh,
What
I
about-
hate you 3000.
What if
You
it
know
was
what?
Peter and Kelsey Graham as the Beast?
Wow, yeah, that'd be
oh my god,
good.
it's gonna be Deadpool. It could be literally Deadpool and
Oh,
Wolverine.
yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's
Yeah.
You
fucked
know
up.
what?
You know-
The movie before this is Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four could end as Secret Wars began with two Earths colliding,
Yeah,
and the Fantastic Four get in a ship to get out of there. They're the survivors. They end up in this this fantasy medieval world.
Yeah, but then like they
That's
won't know
the end
the
credit scene.
MCU.
do they do Secret
Yeah.
Wars backwards though? Like, okay, so you made that point. Does Battle World happen in Doomsday, and then the Secret Wars incursions where we have to like find our world, fight world v world? Because we talked about this. I assumed that the incursion final battle would be the Fox X-Men Earth versus the
Yes.
MCU Avengers Earth. So you can get Avengers versus X-Men in a Secret Wars movie. That's cool. They should do that. But what is that going to be? You know?
Yeah.
But I
will
think it
say
could
we talked
literally-
about.
I think
we
what you're
talked
saying
this in
about
the Sorry,
go.
you go.
Oh.
No, you go.
No,
I'm
you
having a
go.
big- And then
This
you
is
go. I'm
cute.
having a big
You
drink of water.
go. Okay, I'll go. But I think it could just literally be like you said, if you need someone to bounce off of, Peter, Deadpool, Wolverine, and Reed. There you go. Fantastic Four.
Fuck, that's a good group too.
That
God,
is a
that's a
good
group
group.
of characters
I like-
I want to see.
Exactly. Yeah, I like that. And
I
then
was
Doctor
gonna-
Strange, who
Yeah,
presumably
He'll know.
remembers everything. Yeah,
he'll know.
and he
Yeah.
knows
He'll-
Spider-Man.
I would like in Secret Wars, Doctor like Sheriff Strange in that is like, although I remember what it was, but there's like not much we can do about it now until like he meets the people from time.
Yeah, and it's 8 years as
And-
well.
Yeah, and he's
been
just
8
like,
years.
okay, now I'm gonna stand up to him. I would really
Yeah.
like in this if like Strange the whole time is like serving Doom and blah 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 blah, but the whole time is like trying to think of a way to like undo
Yeah.
this shit. I don't.
Well,
I
it's
can't
interesting.
see him being as willing of a participant. Well, no, I'm not. He wasn't willing, but like it was so like, well, we're fucked. Like,
But there's
what
a
can we
couple of
do?
factors like the Doctor Strange in the movies, his arc has been, it's what what's her name? It's what it's what Regina George, whatever Christine, there we go. She said you always have to be the one holding the knife, right? And so it's
Regina
his
George
it's his arc of not being always in control, right?
to
Like
make a
that's-
Mean Girls reference to
I was
work
like, Mean
backwards.
Girls? It doesn't
Yeah,
even go here.
I forgot her name, but Christine Palmer. There we go.
Yeah.
She says, you always have to be the one holding the knife, and that's his arc
Mm.
in Doctor Strange 2, is being the one, is learning to be the person that doesn't always have to be in control.
Mm.
And in the Secret Wars book, Strange says to Reed, he's like, I tried to do it and I couldn't, and Victor was the one that could. And
Mhm.
I think that could be very interesting for his character. I
yeah.
did try to do it. I did try to fix all this, but I couldn't do it. And Doom was the only one that could do it, and so I have to take a back seat. That is interesting.
The thing I was going to say before we mentioned this in the chat, I don't know if it was you or me, Tyler. I feel like it was me. I'm not sure, but either way, we said like the Robert Downey Jr. Doctor Doom of it all feels like their way of fast tracking relationships between these characters. Like Strange and Doom do not have a relationship, but Strange and Tony did, and so Strange is clearly going to have
for a day.
well, like more than nothing.
Yes,
Like
but for
we
a couple of hours, technically.
it's weird, yeah. When you
yeah.
think about it, they just had Infinity War and a little bit of Endgame together, and yet we think of them as like a top MCU
It was
pairing
cool.
that
It
like
was a cool
have all
duo.
this history.
But
But it really is like I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know if Strange knows that this is a Tony clone, Tony variant, whatever
If he looks like Tony
whatever the
Stark,
fuck.
yeah.
But the whole point of that is clearly so that Peter and Strange and whoever the fuck can be like, but you're blah blah. Instead of being like, oh, Victor, what have you done? Because we haven't
Yeah.
had Victor around.
And again, you have to
It was
wonder
gonna be
about
Kang. It was gonna be Kang the
it was gonna be
Conqueror. What are they
fucking Kang.
doing?
It was ridiculous. I wonder again, I wonder how the Reed and Victor of it all is gonna work. That's obviously the
Mm.
entire Secret Wars thing. Like, does Reed like do they have a relationship at all? You could say that they have met off screen and they had their whole thing, college roommates and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
Or
could
is
see
this
them
their
doing
first
that.
time meeting and it's just that Doom thinks he's in charge and then there's this guy, Reed Richards, who is better than him?
I feel like it'll be like the Doom, this variant, this Doom will have had a Reed in his universe at whatever point.
You don't think
Probably
he's
I agree.
killed
from
him
their
or
universe?
did what. Well, we don't.
The
Yeah, we
Fantastic
don't
Four.
know. Yeah, that's true. I just assume that there will be a relationship there, and I imagine Pedro's Reed will be like,
Yeah.
I don't even know who you are, or something.
There is more concept art. I'll send these two. These two are kind of connected.
Yeah,
These
we
two are
should.
weird. So
The
it's
Star-Lord one?
Star-Lord. Yeah. So we got
Yeah.
Star-Lord and Vision, White Vision hanging out, shooting the shit on a
Mm.
couch. I love that pairing. That's a fun pairing. But then we have Star-Lord, Wong, and the Young Avengers and
Yeah.
fucking Dupe from the
Oh
X-Men.
yeah.
The far
Slimer.
right behind Kamala Khan. Yeah. Dupe.
The far right behind Kamala. Got it.
Yeah.
That's
That's funny.
that is really funny. Yeah.
Dupe.
I feel like that doesn't. This is totally irrelevant. I just saw Miss Marvel there, and it made me think that I finally watched the Marvels, and it was fucking fine. And I really
was good.
didn't need to
Yeah, it was
watch it.
good.
I did not need to watch it.
I
It's
like,
completely
but I,
average.
It's fun.
so I like
Yeah,
these
it's fun.
pairing. First of all,
Fine.
what the fuck is Dupe even doing there in concept? What the fuck is that about? But I like the idea. First of all, the Wong Star-Lord pairing sounds like a lot of
Great.
fun. That sounds
Yeah,
awesome.
massively.
But I like the idea, I guess, of Star-Lord being like a drunk uncle to the Young Avengers.
I like that
that's
too.
I like the idea that because he is
I like
like
that Peter's going to be in this movie.
he's like a noble,
Yeah.
heroic guy, but he is like a shithead,
I
like-
really like the photo of him and Vision together on the couch. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
why.
love
It's
that.
massive. It's massive Blue Beetle booster gold energy.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
it totally is.
I love
Would
the
Chris
idea.
Pratt be a good booster gold? He probably would, wouldn't
Probably. I think they've talked
Yeah.
about that, right?
But
But
you
I
also
think
be a good Mario.
he would be a great Mario.
I
And a
watched
great
that movie.
Perfect.
That movie was also fine, and he
Yeah.
was okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he was
But I
alright.
like because you know what I'm thinking. Like Star-Lord would be a teacher in like the way that Negan was, where he's just like an asshole to the kids, but you could tell he does
Yeah.
care about them.
Yeah.
Like he
Oh.
he leads them where he has to, but he's like, God, these fucking children, man. Again, I don't really know what Dupe is doing there, but this kind
I
of
think
gets
I
me.
think he's just there. I don't think Dupe's good at the movie.
Yeah.
Man.
Before we
This
get
looks
into the
like
last
it's not
piece,
on, but maybe I'm wrong, but this area that they're in, it might not be on Earth. So maybe
yeah, but
they're
Battle
like in
World
an
has all
alien
these different
area.
areas. Like this could be anywhere. I mean, like the Star-Lord, the apartment that him and Vision are in looks like it's on Earth, but it just because it
Mhm.
looks like an apartment. But this, I think, the Young Avengers of it all, because there is Wiccan who we met in Agatha, but there's Speed there as well, who we have not met yet.
Yeah.
This gets me into what I think will be a big part of this movie, of these two movies. I assume. I think there will be like a massive Wanda of it all, and I
Oh,
think
probably, yeah.
I think you could do, and I think this is interesting. If you replace Multiple Man with Wanda, she's the battery at the center of Battle World. That could be kind of cool.
Oh,
you're
yeah,
channeling
using
her
hex
energy.
powers, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, like Doom, because it's also like the Children's Crusade book where Doom is just kind of manipulating and using Wanda's energy and
Oh,
whatnot.
yeah.
Do you think
You
it's
know?
the bar with no doors?
The
The
Oh,
photo
I mean,
wow,
there's
yeah,
a
so
of
it
the Young
could be.
Avengers.
there's a
Could be
name
the
in the
bar with no-
background. It looks like. Oh, it
Yeah,
says
but it's
something
also
doors.
labeled.
It does say something. No, yeah, it says with no doors. It says the bar
Oh
with
my
no doors.
God!
It literally
Oh,
says
what?
the bar
Holy
with no
shit,
doors.
it does too!
Wong.
Absolute
cinema. I
Oh,
did
I
not
like
see that.
Wong leads them there. That's cool.
That's
Wong
so
would bring them
Yeah,
there.
good.
Wong is probably, this is
And
like their
Dupe, I bet
hideout.
you Dupe's like a bartender.
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
can see that.
How
The
that's so-
final.
That's good, Harper.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's
I
good.
should have bet
Actually kinda
$50 on that. That would have been.
Yeah.
We would have figured it out immediately.
This is the final piece of concept art. This is maybe the most interesting one. We
Hmm.
have a Black Panther.
To the
A-
post.
yeah.
Hey, it looks like Chadwick. It looks like, I mean, I think it just looks like Chadwick because
The
concept
act.
art looks like, they
Yeah, but
use likenesses.
it's an actual actor, isn't it? Like people have said who it is.
No, I
Isn't this
think
from
it
Vision
just
Quest?
looks like Chadwick
No,
Boseman.
no, no,
I
no,
don't
no,
know
no,
about
no, no,
you.
no, 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 no,
No, this is a
no,
real
no.
person's face. Like,
I
I
know
Yeah, no, no.
recognize this.
People have pointed out who the actor
But
is.
I don't. I think the concept artists just use likenesses,
Oh
because it's
yeah, it
simple.
could be. Yes,
It
yeah.
In the same way
happens,
that
yeah.
But also, it's a very considering
in the,
how detailed this concept art. It's crazy to like just use. Like,
yeah,
why
and
not
so
just use
I
like
it's
the helmet on?
yeah, I think this is very interesting. Is this T'Challa? Is
Damson
this
Idris. It's got to be
oh,
his kid, dude.
it
I
could be his kid.
think
Well,
Yeah, apparently it's that dude.
who also is T'Challa? Maybe.
That's his
isn't he
I
going to
face.
be
think
in Vision Quest?
who T'Challa?
This
Yeah.
actor. No, this
Oh,
actor that Harper just looked up.
maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
I
But
thought he was casted in Vision Quest.
I
What's his
do
name,
think
Harper?
Damson Idris.
Damson
Um,
Idris.
he was up for John Stewart, I remember. But I think this is a very interesting piece of concept art. I assume Wakanda's just a realm on Battle World, because we've talked about this, Harper, I know, but what do you do with the Black Panther of the MCU at this point?
Yeah, because
No
it can't be
one's
Shuri
lining
because no one
up
likes
for
her.
Shuri. Yeah, that's the
No
truth. Like,
one likes her.
the movie was Wakanda Forever was what it had to be because of what
Yeah.
happened, but nobody
Yeah.
is going to line up for a Shuri movie if she's the
Mhm.
Black Panther going forward. You
Mhm.
have to do T'Challa. T'Challa is the Black Panther. Like, you get into the semantics of like, yeah, well, other people, the Black Panther is actually a mantle, but it's like, if I'm reading Black Panther, I want to read T'Challa. If I'm reading Iron
Yeah.
Fist, I want to see Danny Rand.
You're
I know
not
it's
Steve
I know
Rogers,
it's
is
a
what I say when
mantle.
I'm yeah.
Yeah, but I want to, you
You're
know what I
yelling
mean?
that to
So
Shuri.
Yeah.
you're not
You're
T'Challa.
not Ryan Gosling.
So I think what you could do is, like, the kid, like you said, you just age him up because his name is
Age him
also
up, yeah. Which
T'Challa.
if they're doing time shit and battle worlds
Yeah.
and reforming reality, just fucking
I had
leave it.
assumed that kid when they was still Kang, I had assumed that kid would get kidnapped by Kang and get aged up in time,
Yeah.
whatever nonsense. But I think T'Challa is an integral part of Hickman's whole thing, right? Like, you talk about who are the main characters of Hickman's whole saga of Marvel, right? It's Doom, it's Reed, and then under it is T'Challa. T'Challa is the one with the main arc through New Avengers and even through Secret Wars, right? And you don't want to miss out on that, and especially you don't want to miss out on just that character in general. He's a Marvel. He's one of the most iconic Marvel characters. So
I think like the fact that they revealed that kid, it's so just like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
did not get that vibe from the first Black Panther that was, like that was gonna happen. But like, so it feels so necessary, like going forward. If anything is gonna happen going forward. Otherwise, like I feel like yeah, like you said, no one's lining up for Shuri, and it's like you can't really like. There's no obvious character that was in play. Like you making M'Baku like Black Panther, you just be like,
and
no, but no, it's
I would like, there's more
as much
elements
as I
to it
like
that I
him.
would like to see. Like, I would love to see Namor in this all, because obviously he's a part of in the comics.
Oh yeah.
Again, where does Spider-Man and fit in? Where does Deadpool and Wolverine and the X-Men fit in? All those questions, but
I didn't realize his name was T'Challa too.
it's T'Challa, yeah.
Just
T'Challa 2, T'Challa the second.
Sorry,
but it looks
Yeah, that makes more
interesting.
sense.
All the concept art from this looks very interesting, and it does look like a cool movie. Put all these pieces together. I do want to see this.
Yes, yeah, it's cool
It's
to see
not
these
what
characters.
I want. It's not going to be what I wanted Secret Wars to be in the MCU, but
But it could be
I'm
good.
still going to see
And
it. I mean,
it's the guys that made the Avengers movies,
the
like the
guys
last
that
two
have made the
Avengers
best
movies and
MCU
Winter Soldier.
movies. So
Yeah, Civil
Winter Soldier,
War,
Civil
yeah.
War, they've not missed when it comes to the MCU.
But outside the MCU.
Oh yeah, you guys are gonna line up to see the Electric State on Netflix soon.
What was
Why
the one they
not?
made?
Exactly.
Like 21 Bridges or something? 24
Yes,
Bridges?
I think they produced that one. I don't think they directed that, but they did direct Cherry with Tom Holland, and they did The Gray Man with Ryan Gosling.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's actually pretty enjoyable.
It's all right. It's all right. Yeah. It's
Not
not
bad.
terrible. But yeah, the cool concept art. There was Vision Quest concept art. This is Joe Costa, which is cool, but who gives a shit about Joe Costa?
Yeah.
There was
All right.
leaked. There was concept art for an Iron Man animated show that would have followed Morgan Stark. called Iron Man
Oh yeah,
3000.
Oh yeah, glad that didn't
I
happen.
kind of like the art style, but yeah,
Yeah, it
I
looks
am glad it
the
didn't
concept
happen.
art looks cool, but
That
would that
that
have
title
been
though, can you imagine like the memes that would have been made about Marvel? Like
Iron Man 3000? Yeah.
he's right
Yeah,
behind me, isn't
They're
he?
like, mate, they're not making Armor Wars, but they're making Iron Man 3000, dude. My brain's big on
I
the
was
Yeah.
about to say,
fucking.
would that actually be like your like actual reason to kill yourself?
Um,
Yeah.
it
yeah,
looked
one
like
of like
it looks like
17.
Speed Racer.
Yeah. Do you think all of these characters will actually be in this movie?
I think everyone's shown yes, but I don't expect them all to have major roles.
Because seeing like She-Hulk was very surprising to me in the concept art, even because like I did
No,
not going into this. I don't even expect like Captain Marvel to be in this movie at all.
I don't expect Moon Knight.
I don't expect Moon Knight, you know what I mean? But are they going to do that? Even for like one scene, are they going to shove literally everyone into this? Is there
yeah,
going to
Do you
be a
think
scene where
Daredevil will
like
be?
they're at the bar with no name, or the bar with no doors rather, and Wong's like, "Oh, and they're the Eternals," and they're all drinking together, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, or are they just not in it? You know what I mean?
Could be one of
you
those
gotta
scenes
have an
and through the
Eternal. You've got to
bar.
have one.
Yes, Cersei, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I can see like She-Hulk being in like two scenes,
Yeah, her
and then
having like a
Hulk goes
fourth
and does
wall
his thing.
off with Deadpool. No, that'd be stupid.
Oh
Uh,
god, yeah.
Please no.
Let's not do that. Do not give them ideas, Tyler. Do not.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um,
All right,
I
should we
think
move
that's it
on?
as far as the concept art goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had fucking god damn it. Warner Brothers sucks. They canceled that Wonder Woman game that I really wanted to play, and they shut
Mhm.
down Monolith Studios because they're allergic to good decisions, and actually they hate us as consumers of their
They
product.
hate people that make
Did I
games.
call this?
Yes,
Did I call this? I feel like I did,
you
but I
probably
don't
did
Yeah, you
call this,
remember.
did.
but nobody
Harper,
thought even if they were going to cancel this game that they were going to shut down the fucking studio as well.
No, I called that too.
Did you? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry. Okay,
let's just
never
go
mind.
with that. That's
Let's
my
just
it's
roll
narrative.
this.
like
I'm sticking
No
it's
with
like
that.
stress.
210 employees laid off.
Yeah, it's ridiculous because like they've only made great games, you know, and
Successful games too. Like
successful great games, and with a system that really is like such a like could have been a massive new innovation in video games in general. Like imagine the
and now they're
Nemesis
just
system.
holding it.
Yeah, imagine the Nemesis hostage, literally holding it hostage. Imagine the Nemesis system even in like that Mad Max game, dude. Something like
Mhm.
that. So it would have been such a simple thing to add to games like that, and it would have just made it like so much cooler.
Super
And
quick for those who don't know,
they've done
Nemesis
nothing.
System is a system in the Shadow of War games,
It's
Yeah,
Middle Earth
unbelievable.
games.
it
It's
is
really
unbelievable.
good,
Yes,
but Warner Brothers made it so that no studio can
they've
use it
patented it.
except for them
Yeah,
until 2033, I think.
I think it's
And then they or
2038.
2038, yeah, 2038. And they said no one could use it except for them, and they shut down the one studio that was using it, and they
Yes,
still say no one could use it but us.
yeah,
The
it's
Nemesis
fucking
system is
ridiculous.
so crazy that
Yeah, it's just
there's a dude
procedurally
called
generated stories.
yeah, there's a dude called Oddheader who does like, Easter eggs and blah 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 and mysteries in video games. And there was one where it was a dude that had like this huge like orc. I don't know if the orcs have a different name. They're huge, like they're like 10
Trolls?
feet tall.
Urukai.
Yeah,
No,
they're
I don't think
trolls.
maybe it was a troll. I don't know. Maybe it was. I don't know. Either way, he had like a rivalry with one, and like it kept coming back in his story, and it
Yeah, you
like kept
kill them
pissing
and
him
they could
off.
keep coming back. Yeah.
They can keep coming back, and he would be like, "You," and like want to fight him, and
Yeah.
he played through it and he'd gotten sick of it, so he started a new game, and then that orc showed up again in the new game, and he was like,
Did
"What the
hear about that?
fuck?"
Yeah.
It kept happening. So he like deleted the game, deleted all of his save files, booted up completely new game, no save files. It returned again. And he was like, this is like the craziest glitch in the world. The Nemesis system transcended
Yeah.
save
And it would
data.
be like it would be to the point where like if you fight a random orc or like a low tier guy with a name, right? They have to have names. And if they kill you, then they get a name. But generally there's a whole
if
layer
they
of them
kill
with
you,
names.
your camera you turn to the camera, you go, that was awkward.
Yes. That was awkward.
No,
Yes.
That was awkward.
Um,
Another fucking epic rap battle reference.
but you like it goes to the point where like you kill an orc with a name, right? And you do a finishing move. So you cut him in half. And he can show up later and he's all stitched back together. And he's like,
Yeah.
you disfigured me and now I'm back, And oh my God, love it. And it
so
makes it
cool.
so that you could play those games forever. You could play that game infinitely and never get sick of it because you're always creating new enemies and new stories. And sometimes even like you turn a guy to your side and he can fucking turn on you. He could turn heel on you and stab you in the back. It's sick as fuck. Love it. Love it.
Never gonna happen again.
Never gonna happen again.
No.
Yeah, not till 2030, whatever. I guess an interesting thing that came out of that real quick is that also Rocksteady's working on a new Batman game, and
they said they would never do Superman.
They said they would never do Superman. We always thought, oh, they're going to do Superman. They were doing Superman, and then they had to can it. That's why they did Suicide Squad in Metropolis. No, they apparently always said that they were never going to do Superman. They refused to do Superman.
Why though? Like,
it's difficult. It's hard to crack.
I don't give a fuck if it's difficult.
I know.
Like,
I agree. Just pay him all the money. Give him time.
Remember that game the one in Arkham City where you're like flying as Batman? Like that was like, what, 10 years ago, 15 years ago?
More?
Not bad.
And you've lost now the heads of Rocksteady because they left because you forced them to make a game nobody liked or wanted in Suicide Squad.
A lot of people left with Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
But the thing about they're just like, oh, it's just too difficult because he's like so fast. It's like you don't have to make him as fast as the speed of sound. Just make him like,
I could understand
as fast as like a fast car in GTA.
Yeah, make him as fast as like a jet in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, because I think
that's why no one will complain.
I think the issue with a Superman game is that when you boot up the game and you're in the city, what you want to do is knock down a building. You don't want to play as Superman, but Superman's not going to do that. So how do you work around what the player wants to do versus
they should
what
make
Superman
a game
would
about
do?
Injustice.
Oh, Injustice Superman. I think this is why they ought to just make an Invincible game,
joke.
which I think they are doing because he'll knock down a building or whatever. It also said that WB Montreal, who made Arkham Origins, they pitched a Constantine game. Warner Brothers said no. Then they pitched a Flash game. Warner Brothers said no after the movie failed. And so now they've just been relegated.
When we did the Flash review, that
Flash
will be the new Green Lantern, where it's the death of the brand for at least
yeah.
So
Green Lantern's coming back now.
Yeah,
it took 10 years though. It took over 10 years.
So they've
10 years,
relegated.
but now he's got 2 ongoings. He's got a movie coming out, which is news. Or a series.
TV show. Yeah. But yeah, the gaming side of Warner Brothers is just a fucking mess, man. The Wonder Woman game looks like it would have been awesome. Anyway, James Gunn said a lot of stuff about DC movies a couple weeks ago. First of all, 3 new cartoons. I don't remember what the other one. I didn't write down the other one, but 2 new cartoons at least. One of them, My Adventures with Green Lantern, which is going to be in the same universe as My Adventures with Superman. Jessica Cruz.
That's kind of cool.
Teenage Green Lantern. I think that's really cool. Just a Green Lantern cartoon in general. It's good to see.
And if it's the same studio that did Adventures of Superman, that's good animation.
Yes. And you could get more characters in there, obviously. Starfire is going to get a cartoon. Why not? I guess. Who cares? I mean, it'll be interesting looking, I'm sure.
Written by Scott Lobdell, which is interesting.
Yes, and drawn by him too, which is the really interesting part.
No.
Hand drawn.
One specifically 2011 Scott Lobdell.
11, yeah.
So yeah, then there was another cartoon they announced, kind of Super Friends-esque. I don't remember what it was called though. But the
it's called Superhero or Superpower.
Superpowers. Superpowers. I think it was called Superpowers. Yeah. Who cares? Then James Gunn kind of went over the slate of what they're making. So they're, Superman Lanterns. They released that picture of just 2 old guys walking down the street. They said, one old guy and a younger guy, and you zoom in, he's got a lantern ring, bro. He's got the ring. You can't even. This is my Hal Jordan. He's 60.
I like him. He is my Hal Jordan.
No, it is. I think it's,
to be fair, he looks
casting.
Good.
I think it is very good casting, but nobody thought about it because he's 60 years old.
Which sucks.
It doesn't have to suck. I really don't think it has to suck. I think they could do what they need to do with Hal Jordan and then just can him when they need to.
It sucks because they're just gonna get rid of him.
Yeah, but if they do Parallax, I think that's cool because why not do that in a movie? I think if you do the arc of him going crazy and being a villain after being everyone's friend for a while, why not?
I think you guys are also overestimating how much they're going to use Hal Jordan and how long this universe is going to fucking last. I think he'll be in this and like one movie, and then the universe will die.
Yeah, I'm just like, they're going to make
Gunn
Jon Stewart
about
fight Hal's rogues, but
he's going to fight Clayface. Yeah. He fought. So Clayface, they're making. Listen, can't do anything about it. They're making Clayface. They're doing Sergeant Rock.
We might be able to do something about it.
No, we can't. They're doing Sergeant Rock.
Check the news on Tuesday.
Oh
no.
Any channel. They're doing they're doing Sergeant Rock. Listen, I don't give a shit. I do think Sergeant Rock does sound like a fun. I like Sergeant Rock as a character.
Sergeant Rock fucking sucks.
No, he's cool,
Hey,
man. He fights dinosaurs.
Stop that
and shit.
slander. Hey,
No, he's cool.
Stop
Sergeant
that.
Rock
Dude,
fucking
I was talking about
sucks.
earlier, but before we recorded that, I read the
Name 3 good Sergeant Rock stories.
Captain America
New
Batman
Frontier.
crossover.
The New
Other
Frontier
than
Black
New
and White
Frontier,
edition.
give me
Dude,
anything
absolute
with
New
Sergeant Rock.
I'm telling you right now, in the Batman Captain America crossover, they cut to Captain America in the middle of World War II, and he's fighting alongside Sergeant Rock, and that it got me hyped as fuck.
You can't do
We're
that
never
in a movie.
gonna have
You
a
can't do
movie.
that.
Why not?
That's
Why
not
not?
happening in the movie.
Why not?
Tyler's going to the movie like Captain America's going to be
Captain
in this
America's
one.
got to be Captain Bucky. You got to
Tell
be in
everyone in the
this.
theater, like, get ready, Steve Rogers is coming.
Ooh,
How is this gonna like? It just sucks. Okay?
I know. I honestly am just into it because I love Luca Guadagnino, whatever how you pronounce his name, Guadagnino,
That's not right.
Yeah, I love him. Makes great
You
movies.
know,
If he
all those
wants to
times
make a
you
DC
fucked up a
movie,
name, I apologize, bro.
Yeah.
I was not familiar with Tyler's game of doing it way
you
worse.
have no idea. But if he wants to make a DC movie, I was gonna say I will let him, but I will watch
Yo,
it.
DC.
Yeah. And that's kind of the only reason. And I like Sergeant Rock. I like the idea that we're gonna get a World War II movie that's like kind of weird and wacky sci-fi elements, you know, like dinosaurs and shit. That sounds cool to me. It doesn't have to be so goddamn early in this universe. I understand that. But I think a Sergeant Rock movie could be cool. But they lost
What are you
Daniel
eating,
Craig,
Hunter?
and I was into it
What are you
because of Daniel
eating?
Craig.
What
What?
is that?
Great.
What?
I thought it was
Grape.
a Jolly
Grape.
Rancher for a minute.
Who
Cherry.
eats a grape in like 7 bites?
Well, when you have no money for food, you got to conserve it.
Just eat the
Dinner.
fucking grape, dude. No, that's not normal.
But no, I see what he's saying. Like, no, sorry, I don't see what you're saying, Tyler. This sucks. Okay,
No, I
We're
mean,
getting-
it'll be a
we're
good
getting
movie.
Sergeant Rock in an overall
No,
movie.
I know,
In
I
the
know.
universe is connecting
I know.
for Batman.
I
We
know.
learned
And I'm
nothing
not
from
saying
the DCU.
I'm not
Nothing.
saying that doesn't suck. That does suck. I think it still will be a good movie, though. That's my point.
I think
it'll be
Daniel
a cool
Craig's
movie.
gone. I don't fucking care anymore.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's another thing. I was into it for Daniel Craig as Sergeant Rock. That sounds awesome. But I'm not
that
into
for me
it
was the
for-
selling point. It's like, holy shit, a Daniel Craig as Sergeant, like Daniel Craig just being this random obscure DC character. JD,
Yeah.
you would have loved it if it came out. Like, you would.
I
You'd
be
so
think,
cut in
much.
half,
but
like in
the
Death
other
Note.
guy they
DCU.
want is Carmy from The Bear. What's his name? Jeremy Allen White. Not as interesting for me as
No, fuck
he's
no,
excellent
go on.
actor, but yeah.
Yeah, no.
Sergeant Rock, yay. We have the announcement, or at least the confirmation that they are making a Teen Titans movie, which is cool. Why
Yeah.
not? Want to see a Teen
Move
Titans movie?
past it.
Everyone wants to see a Teen Titans movie.
Before Justice League, though, right?
But you can no, I think you do before Justice League. I think why not? I think you can just jump in with a Teen Titans movie. You can just have the team established. I don't see why
That's
not.
what it's like Titans, where it's just like, oh yeah, I was trained by Wonder Woman.
But
I was
it
trained by
won't be
Aquaman, I was
like
trained by
Titans
Batman.
though.
But we
It will be
never see
it will be
them.
good though. Or you don't say like Titans. It'll be good. I hope.
I'm just saying,
It-
it's legacy,
You have
it's
way
legacy
too much
characters
faith in
without the
the
mentors.
universe, dude.
I
Yeah.
just I
Could
mean I just
you
want Superman.
imagine like what would be the Marvel equivalent of a Sergeant Rock and a fucking Teen Titans movie?
Nick
Like,
Fury.
a Nick Fury movie.
They
and
made a Nick
Dude,
Fury show.
Imagine Nick Fury and Young Avengers came out before like Captain America.
I
It
know.
wouldn't be good.
I know. I'm not saying that that's good. I'm just saying that
That's
these
basically what
movies
we're getting
probably will
Young
be
Avengers
good.
before Avengers.
Yes, I think the movies will be good though. That's my point.
I-
I know
it
that
could
it's
be
weird.
good, but we're getting Dick Grayson with a no one as
You got a
Batman.
dick?
I know. I know. I'm not defending that. I know. I just think that
Look.
when I watch it, when I'm in theaters for a Teen Titans movie, and if it's good, when
But
it's
Tyler,
over,
I'm telling
I
you,
won't
you're
care.
not going to be in theaters. It's not going to happen.
All right. Anyway,
It's not. There's no point having an
Batman.
opinion on
Batman.
it when we get there.
Hey Tyler,
there's
you gotta
Batman
listen.
stuff.
Tyler, you got 3 months, man. These movies take a long time to make.
I know. I'm
You're
not
not
going to be
gonna be-
alive when they come out. I
Okay.
know, but I'm excited. I want to think that I'll be there, man. Batman, right?
Another one that's not going to happen.
James Gunn says, very strange the way they referred to Andy Machete when they were talking about the Brave and the Bold. First of all, they called it Batman, the Brave and the Bold, so they're adding, the Batman title to it.
They need to. Yeah.
But yeah, they do. But he said that they are planning to. They're writing the script. James Gunn apparently and he implied that it was like a secret writer on this movie. It's either him or it's like
It's definitely him.
it's him or
Abdel.
it's Scott Lobdell. I was gonna say it's him or and this is
Donkey.
conspiracy brain right here, or it's Matt Reeves. That's weird, but I think he's
Mm.
executive producing on Clayface. He's taking forever with this
No.
other Batman movie. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I know.
Just stop, Tyler. Just
It's James
stop
Gunn.
it.
$100 on that right now.
It's James. I'm not putting money on it. I'm not doing that.
I should have put.
I
I should
can
have
see
put a
it being James
category.
Gunn.
I should have put a category on
most
our awards, which was-
conspiracies. Yeah.
yeah, it was just
Um,
wishful thinker.
But the way they referred to Andy Machete was that they said they were writing it. They're writing it, and then they're going to give the script to Andy Machete, and then they'll decide if he directs it. So he's not. So he's not yet directing.
It's
it.
funny that they're saying this
That's
after
so
announcing
funny.
that he will direct it.
Yes,
he's on like super thin ice. They're like, dude, the Flash fucking sucks.
And then
We'll
James
see.
Gunn said that there were no serious plans about Robert Pattinson, being in the movie. Yay.
Okay. Yeah.
Just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
So you
wanna see
want
it?
you want Matt Reeves to be writing on a Batman movie? that's
I don't
got
want it.
nothing to
I
do
don't
with
want it.
Robert
I'm just saying.
Pattinson. Okay.
I'm just saying it's weird that he would not name who's writing it and be weird
Why
about.
would Matt Reeves, who's already had his Batman movie pushed back like 2 years,
I don't know.
why would he then go work on a
But they
different
did
Batman?
say he's not even again not finished the script of the Batman Part 2 yet.
Yeah, I know.
So
Mickey
Anyway.
17 came out this week, and Robert Pattinson made a comment.
Yes, I was
being
gonna
like,
find
I'm gonna
the
be
quote.
old Batman for the second.
I want to find the exact quote from Robert Pattinson though, because it is hilarious. But anyway, before that, he's also said
I did see
James
a great
Gunn-
quote about Mickey 17 that said the movie was gonna it was gonna bomb at the box office due to the underwhelming performances of Mickey's 1 through 16 in
Yeah,
cinemas. So
he was
it's
gonna
so
line up
funny.
for that one.
The idea there's been
Um,
16 previous Mickey movies.
the quote from Robert Pattinson. It's an interview with Naomi Ackie, who's in that movie, and she says, "You're doing Batman again soon, right?" And he goes, "I fucking hope so. I started out as young Batman, and I'm going to be fucking old Batman by the sequel." Which
So true, dude. It's
so
true.
good. Yeah, I think if
He is
anything,
he's gonna be older than Ben Affleck was when he filmed Batman v Superman, playing
Yes.
old man, 20-year in Gotham Bruce
That's
Wayne.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I just love the frustration of I fucking hope so.
You
I'm
think
gonna
they can
be
handle
old
a
fucking
Sergeant Rock
Batman.
movie? They can't even do Batman.
Yeah, I know.
I agree with you, JD.
I know.
Again, it's less like a unit. Like when you were saying before, it's like, oh, they're trying to start this universe, fucking focus on Batman and all of that. But I'm not. When I think of the Sergeant Rock movie, I wasn't even thinking. I was like, it'd be nice if they just made a cool movie. Like I
Yeah.
thought, Daniel Craig, World War II,
I agreed.
universe where the
That's what I was
superheroes and
thinking
maybe
about.
dinosaurs on a magic island. I was like, I'll watch that movie. I don't even expect them to get to Batman. I really don't think they will.
But Gunn said that they have a 6-year plan that would culminate in their Avengers style crossover movie. Whatever
We have to
form
watch
that
Clayface and
takes is
Sergeant Rock.
interesting.
You got to watch Creature Commandos
That's
first, and then you got to go back and watch the
2031.
Suicide Squad. You've got to watch Peacemaker, but when you watch Peacemaker, you have to pretend
Skip
that the
the final
Justice League
scene.
aren't
Bro, the
there.
Justice League is gonna be Superman, Peacemaker, Sergeant Rock,
Supergirl,
like, the Weasel.
Clayface. Yeah.
I still like Tyler. I still can't. I think that is in defense, unless they literally cover it in Peacemaker. But to be like,
No,
no,
I know. That
Peacemaker's
means
canon. Just
They
ignore
are
it.
going to cover it, apparently, he said in Peacemaker.
Fucking bet they better cover it really well.
Yeah, he's
Gotta
just
cover
gonna be
the
like,
Trinity.
I had a concussion, or of course,
Instead of
Justice
the
League. Everyone's
Trinity
gonna go,
being Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, it's gonna be Superman, like Rick Flag's dad.
There is a
And
Wonder Woman.
Clayface.
There is a big, obviously, Wonder Woman like missing in this whole thing that they've not mentioned. Apparently, they still are making that Paradise
Paradise
Lost
Lost.
show. I don't really know if they're doing that. They said Waller and Booster Gold and all that. They're really like they're not sure they're gonna really get to.
Okay, the three things that are actively being made right now,
Yes.
Superman, Supergirl, and Lanterns, I think those will be good.
Yes.
I have zero hope for the rest.
There's also that dynamic duo movie, which James Gunn
It's,
said,
it's a puppet movie.
yeah, which would be cool. I mean, animation, why not? James Gunn said that he's not sure if he wants to commit to it being in the DCU yet. He doesn't even know. What the fuck? But whatever. I just want to see a good Superman movie. I just want Superman to be good. That's all I care about. And if it's good, then I'll die happy. That's it, man. 6 years,
I hope they
2031, we'll
shoot.
get
I hope
Parallax.
they shoot Jimmy Olsen in the fucking chest in the
Shut
first
the fuck
5
up. Shut the
minutes
fuck up. Shut up. Hunter, shut up.
1 year
We should
later.
get into that. Yeah.
There's still more news.
Sure.
DC Marvel crossovers, we're getting new ones. We're actually getting new Marvel DC crossovers.
Yeah, but don't oversell it. It's not going to mean
we're
shit.
getting
It's
2
nothing.
issues right now. It's DC Marvel and then Marvel DC.
Yeah.
That's the beginning though. They
It's
probably
Gwenpool cross Harley Quinn fart comic issue 1. So.
are you guys gonna read them? You guys are gonna
No.
read them, right?
That
You're
one
not
that
gonna
Harper just
read them?
mentioned?
Yes.
Yes,
Absolutely.
fart comic, the Fartacular or whatever. Yeah.
That's in like 2 weeks, hey?
Yeah, hell yeah.
We got to do an episode on that.
Yeah, we have.
Episode 2 of the Hero
Li-
Story reboot.
Live action or live reading.
all the
No.
all jokes
I don't wanna
aside,
go to my shop that day.
I think this is
It's
a big
Hunter.
deal.
You read a dialogue box and then just.
What does that one smell like? Oh, this one, she definitely had corn for dinner.
I'll be like, guys, I'm not gonna react. I'm just gonna this page.
You just hear that.
the whole time.
Yeah. But all jokes aside, a Marvel DC crossover that is actually going to happen this year for real. First time in 20 years. This has been the longest time without crossovers in the existence of both Marvel and DC. It's been 20 years, right? JLA Avengers was the last one. And we've always talked about how cool a modern crossover would be. And so we will be getting 2, and that will maybe just be the jumping off point. And then these companies are working together. We could get more. We probably will get more. And I think that that's awesome. I think that's very cool.
Yeah, it's just they announced it and it feels a little underwhelming.
Yeah, they didn't do a big
doesn't
announcement.
really
they just kind of
feel like
said
a
they were
lot.
doing them, but they're probably
They said it at a
as
panel.
they said it later. It will happen later this year. So we'll get, creative teams, we'll get characters and whatnot. It'll be cool. There's going to be a DC version of it, and there's going to be a Marvel version of it.
Mhm.
Come on, Wade and Moore. You got to do Wade and Moore on the DC version of it, right?
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
have to. Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion. Miles Morales is getting sent to the Ultimate Universe in the first crossover
that's
between
cool.
616 and
That is
6160.
sick.
Sick as fuck. It's going to be the big crossover, not just of those universes, but also in universe of the Ultimate Universe. We're going to finally see Black Panther and the Ultimates and Spider-Man and the X-Men,
Spider-Man
armor and all
the
them
Ultimates will be
crossover,
cool,
which is really cool. Chip Zdarsky is going to be on Captain America. Really cool. Big fan of that.
And it's set in World War II, right?
No, it's set right after
Oh,
Cap
right
wakes
when
up.
he
Yeah,
gets
like
yes.
60s,
Yeah.
when he wakes up.
Yeah, it's in the 60s era. Yeah, so right after Avengers issue 4, where he wakes up from the ice, it's set then. He's going to be sent to Latveria to go. Apparently, Doom's a new monarch at this point, so he's going to be sent by the U.S. government to go check out Doctor Doom, and that's going to be their first meeting. Really cool.
That's cool.
That sounds awesome. Matt
that's
Fractions
good.
on Batman. That's a really cool one, I think.
That is
cool.
Yeah.
Jorge Jimenez on art still. I think Jorge
Yeah,
has just
still,
solidified himself
third-
the Batman
third
artist
run.
at this point.
Which is funny because he said his dream is Superman. Just like
Yeah, he
nope.
did Superman, but I think you don't have, besides Dan Moore, who is doing Superman and Justice League, you don't have anyone else with the talent or the name that guy has to do Batman, right? As long as you don't have anyone else, you keep that guy on Batman, I think, forever, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean he's fast.
I don't
apparently,
really want to see him draw anything else. I think he draws Batman like spectacularly, and I like the new costume. The blue is cool.
I liked him on Justice League.
Yeah, he was good on Justice League, but we have Dan Moore on Justice League now.
That's true. That's true.
So, yeah, I really don't want to mention this, but we have to mention this. Marvel is resurrecting Gwen Stacy.
Oh yeah, they are, dude.
Let's
yeah,
first of
they
all, the post initially was of a shovel in the grave of Gwen Stacy, and then at the top the header said nothing is sacred.
Oh my God.
Marvel flat out just said, "Hey, go fuck yourself." Listen, fuck you. Like it's not
They've
even
been saying
they're
that for like the past 3
not-
years.
but
though,
it's
for
like at the point
Spider-Man.
where they're not even pretending that this is a story. This is them like sticking up middle fingers. Gwen Stacy's coming back as a Weapon X. They're winter soldiering, red hooding her, right? Where she's going to become like a Wolverine.
Yeah.
Her claw is in the middle. She's giving you the bird. She's flipping the audience off. It's unbelievable. And I'm gonna
And
read
it's
it.
real too. Like
Dude.
It is real. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Allegedly, it's
teased
real
Gwen
Gwen
Stacy
Stacy.
coming back about 3 years ago when
I mean,
Cyberpunk first started, but it was just like the wish where you can have like one last
yeah,
memory.
they
That was it.
tease Gwen
That's
Stacy
fine.
coming back all the time. Yeah, but
But
this
this
one
seems
seems like
real.
it's they're actually like Winter Soldiering this character, which is just like someone
But the
needs
thing
to
is,
like.
okay, I
Okay,
mentioned this to
let
you
me
guys
not finish
before.
that
I
sentence.
have to mention this again. Joe, Jesus.
Someone needs to. Yeah.
This is a Gwen Stacy comic. It's gonna be a solo thing called Gwenpool.
Gwenpool, yeah.
Gwenpool is not Gwen Stacy.
Gwen
No,
Stacy,
she
yeah.
is
So,
Gwendolyn Poole from the real world.
so
Our world.
you're
Yes.
making the real Gwen Stacy take on the name of a completely different character
Yeah.
named Gwen,
Yes.
wearing a costume that's similar to that Gwen, but it's not
Yes.
that Gwen. And it's
Yes.
also not Spider Gwen, who lives in 616 now. So now we have
Yes.
three characters that live in New York called Gwen
We
that
have
are, and
three Gwen Stacys.
are called Gwenpool,
Yes.
even
And
though,
then
and two of them are called Gwen Stacy. And they're
yes.
like,
It's
it's like, oh God, it sucks.
it is a joke. It is literally a joke at our expense. And I just don't understand
It's just
why
like
they hate us
Gwen,
so much. We
why,
buy their
and why
books.
is
Like
she called Gwenpool?
I don't
That's
know.
like, what if Star-Lord died and then he was resurrected and they called him Spider-Man?
I
That's
don't
what
think
it
it's like
is.
that. Sure, but I understand
It's
what you
two
because his name is
characters with the same
Peter.
first name. Yeah.
Sure, yes.
His name
Yeah,
is
no,
But
Peter.
no,
It's like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
no. Just
it is
cry.
like that because
yeah. It is
Is it
it, but
getting
it
hate
is crazy.
online
It's
though?
like okay, Jason Todd died and they brought him back as Etrigan because Etrigan was Jason Blood. You know,
Mm.
it's like why it doesn't
why are you
make any
calling her
sense.
I
that?
mean, it's there because people like me who didn't know fucking Gwenpool have said on this podcast, well, is it Gwen Stacy? And you guys have gone, no, it's not actually Gwen Stacy, it's
Actually,
blah blah
Yeah,
blah. And
it's
I've
Gwenpool.
gone,
actually
oh,
Gwen
okay.
Poole is her
It's
name. Actually,
Gwenpool. Oh,
stupid.
okay, that makes sense. Sorry.
But it is actually just like it's literally just disrespectful to your audience, to the creators that made the story in the first place,
Ditko and
and
Lee.
they've never they have and they're not making an attempt to sell this as like a legitimate story. She's giving you the bird. The promo says nothing is sacred. They're flipping you off. They hate you for some reason. They hate us and they're just doing this to fuck with us
But it's
because they
gonna
And
know
it will
there's an
sell.
sell.
audience that will buy it.
Like that's the worst thing about it is it's gonna sell books. You know,
Yeah,
at
it's
least
gonna
It's gonna
sell.
sell.
Spider Boy sold. They're making a new Spider Girl based on a variant cover version of Spider Girl.
I hate to see it.
Oh my god! And it's like, what does Peter Parker do when he meets Gwen Stacy Gwenpool? What does that look like?
Mm,
This character's
Because
been
at
dead
first
for
it's gonna be, oh, it's so sad, so tragic, I can't believe it is you. But then 2 years from now, she's gonna be teaming up in a crossover event, and then she's gonna be a background character.
character's been dead for
Spider-Man
50
Yeah.
years. 50 years. I think she's been dead longer than Bucky was. Bucky died technically in like when Avengers issue 4 happened. That was the 60s. She's been dead longer than Bucky.
Oh my
It
God, you're
is
right. Yeah.
it's like if they brought back Uncle Ben and they made him the Thing because his
the
name
Punisher.
is Ben. You know? It's like it's
Call the comic The Thing.
yeah, it is crazy. It's just disrespectful. I genuinely think it's like crazy disrespectful, man. And
Uncle
I'll
Ben is
pirate
the
it.
thing.
I want to
He's
see
just
it.
the
I want to
thing, but he's
see
in
it.
like gray.
I want to see what it is.
Great clobbering
But-
comes great times.
Also, who's digging up her grave? Who's doing it? Who's doing
The Marvel publishers.
Yes, I mean if they
Did
do
you
it,
see the Marvels?
I was gonna
It's
say
like Kamala
if
Khan
it's
and
like
Captain Marvel.
if it's like literally they show the page and it's like Nick Lowe and CB Cebulski and Tom
Zeb
Brevoort digging up
Wells.
her grave, I'll go. You know what? You guys have balls, and that's
And
something.
Paul.
And Paul. Oh, they got to get Paul there. Paul, who is
No,
probably
Paul's Venom. Paul's
at this
Venom.
point.
Yeah. Paul's definitely
Um,
Venom, dude.
Yeah. It's fucking bullshit. It's crazy bullshit that they're doing.
Isn't that crazy? Paul
Yes.
is about to be all new Venom.
Yes. This is Spider-Man right now, and they're relaunching
Bro,
it
DC
number
is
one
awesome.
again. They're relaunching it number one again, and it's gonna have Pepe Larraz on art, so I have to read it.
We just talked
Um,
about how the DCU isn't looking so good, and now we're talking
DC
about this.
Comics though
Is there
on
a
fire
reason,
right
Tyler,
now.
you're the only person that's still actively reading comics?
Yes, DC Comics though
Yeah.
they're on fire right now. They are so
They
good.
are good, yes.
Absolute universe, all of it. Last bit of news. It's going to lead into
This one.
Daredevil. John Bernthal is making a Punisher.
Yes.
Punisher.
That's so
Special.
fucking exciting.
Yeah, special,
Thank you,
which is a
baby.
brilliant idea.
Thank
I
you.
said
It's
this in the
like
chat.
Werewolf by Night, but
Yeah, an
Punisher.
hour-long Punisher special. That's all you really need to do. I think this is
Dude,
what they ought to do for 90% of their characters, really. But
yeah,
the
just
fact
an
that
hour-long special on Disney
just an
Plus.
hour-long special adventure of the Punisher. Love it. Sounds fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
that genuine, like I think we said this in the group chat. Did we not mention this on the podcast?
No, this was
No,
like
no, this is
okay.
new.
I
This
was
is
gonna say,
pretty new.
like, it must have been, yeah, in the group chat, but like the idea of doing just these, 50-minute specials for characters, like, fucking do that.
Yeah,
more,
again,
please.
90% of their characters you could do this with.
This should be
Vision
Vision
Quest?
Quest, not a
Yeah,
six-episode series.
Yeah, 100%, dude.
Just an
yeah.
hour-long thing. I mean, this should be most of their characters. You don't know what to do at Moon Knight again? Don't make a season 2. Just give them an hour-long special.
Mhm.
Just do that for like
Actually, like, yeah.
like I just think
Yeah.
that's what you do with all your characters, really. I mean,
Even
Moon Knight
much
was
as I
really
would
bad.
love
Sorry, I
a
just want to throw that
sequel,
out there again.
it
Moon
is,
Knight
it is.
sucked bad and was balls and shit.
As
And
much as I would love a sequel to Shang-Chi, I think just an hour-long special would be fine. Just called Ten Ring Special.
yeah,
I
sure,
feel,
yeah.
I feel like
Ten
you could
Wings
do.
will
No,
return. No,
I
they're
think
not.
a Shang-Chi sequel with like more shit in there could be cool. Like
I
if you
think the
want to team
Shang-Chi-
up
yeah,
Iron
I think the
Fist or
Shang-Chi
something. You know what I mean?
sequel got fucked over by Kang Dynasty
Kang
because
massively, yeah.
the director was gonna do Kang Dynasty. I think
Yeah.
Shang-Chi 2, the alleged title of it was The Wreckage of Time. It was
Wreckage of
gonna be
Time.
it was gonna
Yeah,
be
that's so
it was gonna be
cool.
a Kang thing. 10 Rings are clearly Kang tech. Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of messed up there.
Same thing with Kamala Khan as well. In that
The
show,
Bengals, yeah.
here Bengals, yeah, they
Yeah.
have when they find them back in the past, there's a 10 Rings logo. Like it's Kang Tech. It's all Kang Tech, which would have been
That has got to be the
yeah.
worst villain they've ever done, by the way. That one in the Marvels. Holy
Oh,
shit.
let me
Oh,
wait.
yeah, God.
Darben. I remember Darben.
Dude, I was sitting like every time she showed up, I was like, oh yeah, you. I forgot all like what are you?
Yes.
Maybe it's an hour and a half. Anyway, doesn't matter.
I mean, it flies by. It does.
It does fly by.
Daredevil Born
Kamala's
Again.
good in it.
Kamal is good in it. Daredevil Born Again.
Born
TV
again.
show
Oh, yeah,
came
yeah,
out.
yeah.
TV
We gotta
show
do
came
s-
out on Tuesday.
We all watched it.
Where
Wait,
did- where
did
to-
you watch it? Do you know what happened? Do you want to know what happened?
You might want to log off, little bro. You might. Oh, I did say JD wouldn't watch it. I did say this, and I reckon I'm right.
Yeah,
I don't think he
would.
would.
You know, I wait till these things are over. I don't want to watch.
But you don't. But you don't wait till these things are over. You just don't watch them. You won't.
TV.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Thank you. That was
I've
all
I've
I
watched
needed.
every season of Daredevil, so I mean, I'm sure at some point I will.
Well, we're going
Um,
to talk about what happened in 8 minutes into this.
Well,
episode.
listen, it's
Yeah.
not really a spoiler, I guess, in the sense that they
I've
hyped it
told
up
you
as
it was
happening.
for weeks now.
Yes.
They've all been
It
We all
also
called
happens.
Harper
It also
crazy. We all
happens.
called him a madman.
It happens immediately in the show.
Which
So
is what
that,
I said.
Is
I
that where
said-
we're gonna start?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Alright.
we should,
Spoilers.
Say it.
If you have
I wanna
not
see
seen
what
Daredevil
JD
Born
thinks.
Again,
Say
it's
it.
good. I really liked it, especially after the first 10 minutes. I think it's great. They shoot
agree.
Foggy
I agree.
Nelson in the chest, man. He's dead. He's fucking dead. They killed him.
He bleeds out on the street.
He's dead. He bleeds out hard. He's dead.
Bullseye
And
shoots him in the heart.
everyone saw it coming
Yes.
except for Tyler
No.
and Hunter.
I didn't doubt. I mean, I didn't. I wasn't 100%
Everyone knew it was
on it.
happening. Everyone knew it was
but
happening. They
I
spent the
figured
marketing.
probably
There were
would.
10 different people going, there's a devastating thing that happens at the beginning of episode 1.
And we
it
don't even
changes
like
the
that we
direction of
did
Matt
it.
Murdock's life forever.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, what could that be? And then they release a clip and it's like Karen going, the ambulance is on its way. Just hold on. And it's like, I wonder who that could be. And then we see set photos and Foggy's on the ground covered in blood. I wonder what's going to happen to him.
Here's the thing.
We knew this was happening.
I was definitely in denial.
Yeah.
And as
You were-
soon as the
dude.
episode starts, Foggy goes outside the bar while everyone else is inside. I'm like, he's dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so dead, yeah.
And
And
then
like the
Foggy-
thing was, Hunter, you were like, I didn't know about any of this, and I'm like, we talked about this in the group chat. We were
was
sending
in
the
denial,
photos
bro.
of Karen with blood on her face, and we were like, oh,
Yeah,
he's
and
cooked.
Foggy's
Like,
Foggy has a line where he's like, "Oh, Hell's Kitchen, it's great to be back here, but as much as we look to the past, we have to look to the future as well."
yeah.
Only characters that die say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Characters that
It was
live
like-
don't talk about the future. It's a thing in stories.
Sean sent me this yesterday. I'm not gonna play the audio just because I can't be fucked holding the microphone up. But you already know exactly what this is.
Oh yeah.
No, no.
The thing is, they did say that Foggy Nelson's coming back for season 2.
For season
whatever
2,
that
yeah.
So is
means.
this flashbacks or is he alive?
Is it witness protection for some reason? Is it?
I
said
think
this-
that he will live.
I
I
think
hope
even
fucking so.
I
I
genuinely
think that someone will be born, a baby will be born, they'll name him Foggy Nelson. That's why it's called Born Again. It's not Foggy, but they'll age him up. We're gonna do like a 35 years later.
Foggy
until
Nelson
season 2
2?
starts.
They're gonna make Foggy Nelson
Foggy
2
the
the new
second.
Black Panther. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Foggy Nelson will be Black Panther.
He's got a black girlfriend. Yeah.
Does he? Oh, he does too. Wait, yeah.
Kirsten.
Were him and Kirsten a thing? 'Cause
Maybe.
what happened to his girl? Weren't they like going steady at the end of season? It doesn't matter. Who cares?
I
but,
imagine the episode starts, Tyler, and you're like watching with your girlfriend, you go like, she's from Wakanda.
No, I
My
just said
God.
she's from Severance because she's in Severance. She's great.
Oh, there you go. I liked her a lot, actually.
You know, I thought she was
don't-
excellent.
I don't know that I knew that Kirsten was going to be in this.
Really. I was
Yeah, I
surprised.
don't.
I
I knew
again, we
Heather
probably knew
Glenn
this.
was.
No, that was
I
opposite for
forgot
me.
Heather was in it.
Opposite
You
for
were the
me. I was
opposite.
like,
I knew that one was coming.
as soon
Like,
as
I
she
knew
said
that
Heather
was
Glenn, I
there.
was like, oh, Heather Glenn. Okay.
Yeah, and you went.
she
You went.
dies.
Oh no. Yeah. Oh no.
It's so you can't
I
really
saw a
even-
comment. Sorry, this is an interruption again. I saw a comment the other day that was like, "Oh, people don't realize how dark this gets. Like, Heather and Matt's relationship is so toxic that Foggy and Black Widow forge a letter and they break up, and that was the end of the comment." And I was so wanted to be like, "You do not
gets
know
worse.
what the next
It
step
gets
in that
worse,
story is, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it gets way worse than that." Oh my
It's kind
God.
of it's impossible, I think, to talk about this show that released without talking about all the behind the scenes nonsense
Mm.
of the show. So 2022 is when they announced it. Remember Comic-Con, Kevin Feige goes, 18 episode season, Daredevil Born Again, right? And we all lost our minds. Then 2023, they're filming, writer's strike happens, and Marvel reviews the
They
footage
change.
and they don't like it. They don't like what they have.
Which, like, thank God that writer's strike did happen for that
Mhm.
specifically.
And for other
Because I know
reasons as
Tyler,
well.
I know our opinions have varied. I think I liked it the most. Tyler, Hunter next, and then Tyler was. You said you felt nothing from it. So I don't know
Yes,
if
yeah.
we'll get
this
into it.
version or that version would have mattered either way. But I definitely
Yeah.
think like they clearly looked at it and went, "Oh,
Well,
let's-
the previous plan was this was supposed to be like season 1, the Netflix show never happened.
And not even that
Yes,
it never
exactly,
happened.
yeah.
It was kind of like we're not going to acknowledge if it did or not, right?
and
Oh,
Foggy
they
and
said
Karen
they said
are dead off
if
screen."
you I saw this on an IGN reel, but they asked about they asked Vincent D'Onofrio about this, and he said that they ignore the Netflix show completely as if it never happened.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And I think it
that
wasn't.
was
I think
definitely
it
a thing.
wasn't more so. So okay. So they came out and they had said that it was because that the show wasn't of high enough quality, right? So that they went to remake it with the Moon Knight guys, your favorite guys, Moorhead
Yeah,
and
my favorite
Benson.
guys.
They also did Loki season 2, which is excellent. So don't punch it, Hunter.
Look,
Loki
for
season 2.
every director that directs an It Chapter 1, there's the Flash on the other side of it. So
This
you
is
can't,
true.
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's-
And the showrunner from The Punisher, right? He's the one that's also writing this show. So they're the heads of this new version of Born Again. They're the heads of the Born Again version of Born Again. And so they had always said the narrative around this was that they had gone back to reshoot pretty much the whole thing that they needed to redo. And recently, when the show is actually premiered, now they've said that what happened was they have reshot and redone the show. The reason they wanted the
They've
creative
retooled it. Yeah.
retool is because they wanted more synergy with the Netflix show. It wasn't even necessarily about the quality. It was about answering whether or not this was a reboot or if it was a sequel. And so they definitively said this is a sequel to Daredevil season 3. This is Daredevil season 4, essentially. And with that, they were stuck with a lot of the filming of the original show. They had filmed 8 episodes of that show. So Foggy was dead and Matt has to deal with it. So I think that is literally the only reason that Foggy still is dead in this show is because they were stuck with it.
Yeah, they said that. I mean, they
Yeah,
said in
and I
the
think,
interviews, they went, we were stuck with this decision before we came on
and
board.
I
Like, this
just
was
don't
from the
get,
top.
I don't understand why. First of all, if you're gonna start from the beginning, like Moorhead and Benson said, the quote was, "This is the first time we've ever jumped on a show where we could start from the beginning." That's what that was a quote from them.
Mm.
Yeah,
Bullshit,
yeah, yeah.
right? Because
Because this
clearly
is like a
you
season
couldn't.
4 and you're reshooting.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Clearly they couldn't start from the beginning because if they could, you wouldn't kill Foggy Nelson, right? So now, okay, that's the decision they're stuck with. So they
But
said
maybe,
that's
like, maybe they would. Like, we don't know that. Like, all of this behind the scenes information, I
yeah.
don't think, like,
Is
this is gonna
you don't think it's
sound.
relevant?
I don't think it really fucking matters.
I think it
Like,
might.
I get it. I get what you're
Yeah.
saying. I think they were. I think if you ask these guys personally, they'd probably go. I mean, they also said that, like, the decision, they ultimately were able to, like, choose whether or not this happened, and they had sleepless nights and they weren't sure. And then they
Yeah.
went, okay, this is the right thing to do. So I
I
think if
think,
they went, Kevin, we're not doing this,
but I think it
they
was more
they wouldn't
so
have.
about showing it because they weren't going to show it in the original
Yes.
show. I think
Which is
it is
crazy.
yeah, I think it is different having Eldon Henson show up and then sniping him,
Yeah.
and having to have them act as him as he bleeds out on the sidewalk, and you have Karen Pate, what's her name, Deborah and
Deborah
Deborah
Wool.
and
and
Wall,
Wolf.
yeah.
They're acting their asses off on this scene, and it's
Yeah, they
very
are.
good in that part. And you need to get Bullseye coming back and stuff like that, and that's really cool. But I am not convinced that this was a good decision that they should have made, and I am not convinced that they will make it make sense for me.
I agree,
I
Tyler. I agree
I
with you there.
think I think I agree, but I also was like, I think I've already
You
gone through the
coped. You had
motions
already
of it.
coped
Yeah,
with
I've
it. Yeah.
coped so hard already. I
He
spent my
was
lead up
he
to
was
this show
coping
was
in July last year.
yeah,
Yes,
I was like,
literally.
I've been like, yeah, well, guys, I mean, Foggy's already fucked, so like, blah blah blah,
Yeah, I
whatever, it
mean,
doesn't
yeah.
matter. I said to you guys in the chat, I'm surprised at the internet and its I'm surprised at the internet's patience right now currently. How many times we have seen a TV show come out and so, like Reva in Obi-Wan Kenobi, right?
Yeah.
Everyone ragged on that character and they're like, this doesn't make any sense. You get to the end of the
She
series
started to
and
make
we have
sense.
all the information about it. And
Yeah.
then it's like, well, if you had just waited, you would have like not made the complaint. Oh, how did this? How did that? You know what I mean?
That's
Just
also
wait.
Yeah.
I was surprised that people saw Foggy Nelson get fucking murdered in the
Sniped.
first 10 minutes and didn't review bomb it and go,
And
this
didn't stop
show's fucked,
watching.
it's
Yeah.
terrible. Yeah, I like,
That's a good
and
point.
I think the rest of the
I did.
episode, I really do think the next, everything after the opening credits, I do think was better. I know the showrunner said, like, we're not trying to just sit in a room and talk all the time.
That's all
We're
they
going to
did.
have action. That's all they did, and it's the best part so far, fucking easily. Like,
I've
characters
Yes.
just
seen,
talking
yeah.
is the best part.
I think
But I
Sorry,
appreciate. Oh, you go.
JD was going to speak there, and I'm going to allow him.
Oh, sorry.
oh,
Well, you brought up the Reva and Obi-Wan.
JD, roll 20. Roll your.
He probably has it there too.
Oh, he does.
10. Can I try?
Yeah.
You have 10 seconds.
I was gonna say with the Reva comparison, that's why I enjoyed watching Obi-Wan all at once, and I waited.
All at once, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have any complaints about it.
Time.
But that's the thing. I'm like, oh, that's great. I feel like we're in a debate then. I was trying to be like, oh, I've got to get my information out quick. I've only got 10 seconds. But no, JD, you're spot on. That's
Time's
the thing
up.
though. If oh man, God, no, like if Daredevil was doing this release schedule, these first two episodes come out, and the internet had the same reaction to it they had to Obi-Wan, I'd be sitting here like, why the fuck didn't you release it all at once?
Yeah.
But the fact that people are being patient with it, I'm like, okay, let's hope. And I'm with
Yeah.
you, Tyler. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that they will justify this story decision. I kind of think maybe it could be a Foggy's actually alive. It was a big ruse, and Matt's going to be super pissed off that, this has happened to him when usually he's the
Yeah.
one that does this shit to people.
He's the liar,
Because we
usually.
had that in season 3. He shows back up to Foggy. Foggy's like, oh my God, Matt. And then he's like, oh my God, why didn't you come back to us? Well, I'm expecting,
Yeah.
like, if they do
The
that,
reverse.
I would respect it. But it's kind of like they can't have it one way or the other. Either Foggy's dead and we feel the injustice of that, and now we have Daredevil going forward without Foggy
Injustice.
Nelson, which hurts
Yes, it does
massively,
hurt.
or Foggy is alive and we go, oh, so the entire like setup for Matt becoming like the darkest version of himself that we've seen, fucking throwing Bullseye off the rooftop and
Very
trying to
cool.
kill him,
Very cool.
potentially snapping a guy's neck at the end of the last episode. It was all for naught because Foggy was fine. So
Yeah.
like
So
either
do you
way, there's
reverse?
gonna be questions.
Yeah, I think because first of all, that first 10 minutes of the show. So okay,
Yeah, I was gonna mention
real
this
quick,
too.
real quick. I loved the camera trickery of how they showed his hearing, right? You expand the
Oh,
aspect
with the
ratio,
yeah, dude, that was awesome.
Same
the
as like Tom
focal,
Holland when you realize
yeah,
the Green
yes,
Goblin's in
the
the room.
focal length, but it was the aspect ratio, expands.
Changed, yeah,
Daredevil
yeah,
hears
yeah.
everything, then it shrinks as he gets closer to his target. That's fucking cool. It looked like dog shit. It
Yeah, it
looked
did.
horrible.
It did.
It
And
looked like Ben Affleck's Daredevil.
it looked like Ben Affleck's Daredevil. And
It
it's like,
was well, no, no,
that
no.
is-
It looked like Ben Affleck's Daredevil if you put like 10 smoke effects in front of it to cover it
yes.
up.
And
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
that
Where
as
did
a
all that
first,
smoke come from?
well, he threw a smoke
But
bomb.
it's been
But
both episodes for the
if-
entire runtime of this show so far. The smoke, I don't know. Look, I don't live in New York. Is it
It's
constantly
it
covered
it
in
is kind of
smoke?
foggy a bit.
I don't, oh.
Smoggy, but I think when you're bringing back a show that was beloved, that is not just like people think it's good, people think this is the best version of what something like this can be, superhero television. You need a good impression, and your first impression for this show was Foggy Nelson
Wonky
gets
special
sniped and a
effects.
dog shit fight, right?
Yeah, well, that's
CGI
actually the
Matt
other thing.
Murdock.
Yes,
I
a
do not
dog
think
shit
the fight,
CGI fight.
like Charlie Cox fought so hard to get the original like fight choreographers and stunt guys back and all of that. And in the first iteration of the show, they didn't really have that. And so in this, when they've gone back and reshot stuff, like all the action scenes, they've had these guys back in to do fights. I'm hoping that going forward, some of the fights are better. The one at the end of episode 2, I mean, it was quick
better,
cuts and everything,
it was a
but
bit
it was
choppy,
more.
That was way better. Way better.
It was more visceral. This one, it was like we're doing a hallway fight, and I was like, that does not look.
We're
very
doing a
good.
oneer.
Like,
Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't
like,
work.
look, there are plenty of parts in the original Daredevil series during a fight where I'm like, that punch did not connect. It looks like The Godfather. You know what I mean? Where it's like a punch and a kick, and it's like a foot away, and you're like, okay,
yeah,
sure. But like, it just didn't.
Sure. And then we get so beyond that, beyond the intro, I think that Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio are this is as good as comic book casting gets, right, for characters. And I wanted to see them again, and they deserve all the flowers for carrying this thing on their back, right? Especially through, as much turmoil as it has been. Their show gets canceled, and then they bring it back, and it's not what they wanted it to be. And you get to they
are back now.
Yeah, but they get the what's the word? Like they have the clout where they could tell Feige that they weren't happy with what this was initially, right? So they get to carry this, and they deserve it because they are the peak of comic book casting, right? Like I could never imagine anybody else as Daredevil. Like if they had brought back Daredevil into the MCU and they rebooted completely, and you lost these two, you could never explain that to the fan base. You could never explain that to the fan base. Nobody would accept it, right? And so I think on that aspect of seeing these characters again, knowing them intimately, knowing their relationship with each other and just how they bounce off each other, that part is what's carrying it for me. That's where I'm getting the benefit of the doubt from, because I love Charlie Cox as Daredevil and I love Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. But I just wasn't really feeling, I don't know, I wasn't really feeling it, man. I feel like it's very, starting in episode 2 at least, it's very episodic. It feels it's like going to be, I think, episodic. We get a white tiger.
It's clearly trying to be like the original series.
Yes,
but like the white tiger one felt so much like the bowling alley incident in season 1.
Yeah. And I think that what you have here, and what I'm afraid that this is going to end up being, is you have guys that are trying to make the original show that just are not as good under circumstances that are not the same. Like, even just like you've said it, the visual style of this compared to the visual style of the Netflix show, it looks bad. It doesn't look like it's the same thing.
that's my sticking point is that it's like you can see the money behind it, but it does look far. And like there's an argument to be made that where these characters are in their lives, like maybe the visual style suits, they're not in Hell's Kitchen. They have, whether they're happy about it or not, they have moved up in the world. I get it. But it does
Yeah.
this look, here's my take on it. Any
There we
show
go.
that doesn't look like Obi-Wan Kenobi, I'll fucking take it. This doesn't look like that. I'm happy. There we go.
Sure.
There's my
I
opinion.
think
Like,
it
I get
looks.
it. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't
Yeah.
look, it doesn't feel, you
I
don't feel a grit. It doesn't feel as like boots on the ground. It definitely feels very
yeah.
much like
It
I'm
feels
in
like
a cinema
Disney,
watching an MCU movie.
It feels like a
But
Disney
it's still
Daredevil.
good.
Oh,
I,
it
I
looks good. It just doesn't look like the Daredevil we know. And
No,
it's our
no, but
brains trying to combine those two things together.
yeah.
I'm still
I
really enjoying it though.
I don't know. I not that I
I
wasn't
think it's
enjoying
shot really well. I think it's shot. I think they're trying to be
When
clever. I know.
after
I
Matt
appreciate that.
and after Matt says goodbye to Heather and he stands in the streets after Wilson Fisk became mayor,
Yeah.
that shot's amazing when it's just like slowly zooming in or zooming out from him, and there's like
This,
people all
yeah,
celebrating behind him, and he's just so
Yeah.
focused.
And Fisk is covered is illuminated in blue light and Matt's in red light. Like I like that stuff. It's creative. They're doing creative stuff. I don't really think it looks that great. I don't think it looks bad. I just don't think it looks like you could tell that the Netflix show, every single shot was well thought out and like they wanted to make it look good. Every shot you could single out, especially the lighting in the Netflix show, the yellow tints and the
yes.
green, and it just looked amazing. I don't think that this looks anywhere as good. And I understand that this isn't going to be the Netflix show. I understand that it's not going to be the same. It could never be the same because it's not even the same circumstances that they were making the original show. But I just think as far as these two episodes go, I wasn't impressed.
I think for me too, I'm so you guys know how excited I was for this, but I am the last person that if a thing I find to be unimpressive, no matter how excited I am for it, I will be like, oh
Yeah.
man.
Yes,
Obi-Wan is a prime example.
Obi-Wan, I was about to say.
Alien
Yeah.
Romulus is another one. Like you guys love that, and I still
You
to this
feel
day am
disappointment.
disappointed.
You don't lie to yourself.
No, I like to because I can't. Like I just can't because I know if I
Yeah.
tried to do that, I would live in it for a day and I'd be miserable. Like I just have
Yeah.
to accept that I'm like, this isn't working for me. I think for me, I had made such a such a distinction that this is not season 4. This is not going to
Yeah,
be
this is Disney.
like I know it's Born Again. I know it's attached. I'm glad it's canon. I'm glad specifically that show is canon to all
the
of
MCU.
this.
All that happened.
But much the same as I look at She-Hulk and I look at No Way Home, I don't look at them as like I don't watch She-Hulk and I'm like, what a natural continuation of the original show. I'm taking it as it is. And I loved that episode of She-Hulk. I think it's great. I think it's fun. I like looking at that and then jumping to this and being like, damn, like look at this, the up and down Matt Murdock has gone on. So I'm really taking this show as just this show. I'm just taking it as like, what can you do here to justify the existence of this as its own series? The way it looks, the way they act, the way the story. We're not going to have nearly as much breathing room. Like they fucking, dude, Fisk announces that he's running for mayor like 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
He's mayor by the end of the episode. Like
Yeah,
this would have taken 7 episodes in the Netflix series. I understand. Like it is, I know we hate this concept. And as this feels more episodic than what I'm about to say, but it does kind of feel like this is Daredevil if it was a movie, but it's on TV. You know what I mean? Even though it's episodic, it has that vibe of, oh, this is like, what if we funneled fucking money into it? Unless it's a CGI fight scene in which he looks like episodic in the sense that it really feels like we're bookending the end of an episode with like you know what? It feels like an issue of The Walking Dead. You know when you read The Walking Dead and it's telling its story, it's going through, and then it ends on a thing, and you're like, okay. And then the next episode, you kind of start again, and then you bookend it again, and then you start again, and you kind of bookend it again.
Yeah. But it's like a different,
like the second episode in relation to the first one felt like
new plots, new
separate
stories.
almost, but it didn't feel like like,
and I think
not connected. But
I think that
I see what you mean too.
I think when you bring up the She-Hulk version of him and him in No Way Home, I feel as though, like especially with the ending of season 3 of Daredevil, I would have liked, and I know that this is the entire impetus behind why they had to retool this thing, but I felt as though you could get away with something different for the character. Like if you wanted to do the Mark Wade version of him where he's swashbuckling and whatnot, like
Mm.
I think the issue I have with the Foggy thing is that they've needed a reason for Daredevil to just be grim and sad again when I felt like we had moved
Yes.
beyond that. And I felt like
I
if
know,
you
but I
wanted to
think
do
that's where
that,
we're going to end up. I really think we are going to end up with bright red suit. He's happy. He's clean shaven, and
I
he's
don't
like
know.
swashbuckler. I really do. I think by
I
the
would like
end of this
that.
whole journey, we are going to get to him with the D and the D on the chest so that he can show up in a movie, and we go, yay!
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm
On Battle
fucking
Worlds.
Daredevil. What's
Yeah.
up? Like, I don't expect the direction for this character forever is to make him miserable, like keep
But
knocking him down. I think this is the
I don't think
knockdown
this
to
show
build up.
needed to be that is my thing. I feel as
Maybe
though
it didn't, but like
I feel as though you
I
don't
think that's
need
what they're
so
doing.
much because I like if you wanted Matt to be in this position, that's why you had to kill Foggy, and I understand that. And I think you could
Yeah,
have done something else. You could have killed his mom or something, and that's
I don't think
fucked
it's
up.
enough. Like for this
But
story, whether I
yes,
agree
yeah,
with it
no,
or
I know what
not,
you
I
mean.
think it is the only thing.
I
I don't
yes,
even
and
think
so
Karen takes him down this route.
and so I get it on that aspect. And I like, this show's called Born Again. We have to have the story of Daredevil, of Matt being Daredevil again after some time where he's
Mm.
let go of the mask and fighting this instinct within him to be angry and to be violent and to be cruel. And I think that the ending fight of the second episode, I loved that ending to that second episode. I love the scream. And I don't know how you guys read it. I read it as him just being like, fuck yeah. Like,
Yeah, oh yeah,
yes.
no,
Like, oh,
it's
I
in him. He
loved
wants to
that.
do.
I
And
loved
Fisk,
breaking that
Fisk
guy's
says
arm.
that to him. Like when Fisk
Yeah.
says you liked being up on that rooftop with Poindexter, even though Foggy
Yeah.
was dying, he's like, you love it. Like you know
Yes.
you
And
do.
so I
And
like
yeah, it's
that.
spot
I
on.
like that. I like you have to get Matt in that position. And you want him to be there because that's an interesting story to tell. I'm just not. I don't know. I mean, I think I'll like it by the end, but I'm just
Yeah, I
and that's
I
why
do
you get
think
Punisher in it as well. I think bringing
I'm
Punisher's
so
probably going
excited
to
for that,
always
man.
push him to kill someone, and Matt's gonna be like, I don't want to do it,
dude,
man.
yeah, but
And
really-
that conversation is going to be so good when he's going to be like, I saw what you did or what
you
you
heard
tried
that
to
there
do.
was a
And
clip they released, or it was in the background of like a
You
trailer or
can
something.
hear
where
Frank's
Yeah.
voice.
Frank
Yeah.
says something like, I don't know if you think you're coming to me for." He says, "You think that you're coming to me, for help, but I think you're coming to me for me to tell you that it's okay." I
Yeah.
love that's
Yeah.
cool. Like, oh,
We're just like
Daredevil.
continuing their season 2 conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, which is
I love
and
that.
this like the level that Matt I kind of want to jump into this so that I want to jump back so we can keep going forward because it's been on my mind for like 5-10 minutes. But like I just want to say two things I loved at the start. Karen acting on the ground when she hears Poindexter fall
and
off
she
the
thinks
roof
it's
and
Matt.
she doesn't want to look in case it's him. That for
Excellent.
me
So
was
good.
more heartbreak. Like thinking about that, I'm getting emotional, probably more emotional than actually like Foggy
She
died.
could have
The
lost,
idea
like,
of
her
what
two
Karen was
people,
going
yeah.
through.
Yeah.
Matt throwing bullseye off the roof, fucking love it. I love when
Awesome.
My
Matt
heart
Murdock
like dropped. Yeah.
has to kill people or chooses to, it's like in Miller's
Goes too
Run when
far.
they're standing on the clothesline and
Yeah,
Matt
yeah.
bounces on not the clothesline, the telephone wire, and
Yeah.
Matt bounces and he fucking falls off and breaks his neck and stuff. I love that. And Charlie Cox in that scene. There are a lot of times when characters die in movies and you see people's reaction, and like I find that I will myself into believing how upset they are. Like someone's crying and it might not be the most convincing, but I'm trying to feel it more.
Yeah.
Matt's like Charlie Cox's acting in that scene, I was not
His
trying
laugh.
to feel it. I was like, oh my, like it felt when he's like holding bulls and he's just like, why? And his voice is breaking. I was like, yeah, man,
Yeah.
why? Like,
Hey, why
anyway.
did you do that, bro? What the fuck?
And I hope we figure out why.
Yeah, I think there will be more to it. I'm having faith. But anyway, like those are the things that I wanted to throw in there that I really liked. Jumping forward to like where Matt is now, and like Tyler, you were saying you really like the end of that episode. I really like just I like his persona. I like the way he's talking to people. He's still like a bit of a smart ass. He's like there's a light-hearted tone there, but it's clearly hidden under so much fucking bad.
Yeah.
That scene where he's just sitting on the couch and he's like this and he's just holding a glass of red wine watching like what's happening in New York. I was like, oh fuck yeah, dude. I so
Yeah.
get you. Like
The city doesn't need
feel this.
gun-toting man in a skull outfit
Yeah.
or a
Or a
Spider-Man.
spider costume. Yeah, yeah.
It's bullshit, by the way.
Down with the flag.
I hate that Marvel cannot use the quintessential Marvel New York character to talk about in this shit. Because Spider-Man's gonna
Can
go
they
to
not say his? Can they not say his name?
I don't know. He can't show up. He can't show up is the thing. And
They mention him in like Ant-Man where they say the guy that crawls on walls and like
yeah, I think it's fucked up. I hate that. They say his name in Doctor Strange at least, but on the shows, I don't think they can say Spider-Man. He can't show up. We've established that. I really hope that we get some idea in. I mean, I really hope this is Spider-Man 4. I just want like Spider-Man. It's like Batman and the Penguin. It's like, why is he not just doing something about this? You know what I mean? Like
this would affect him like crazy.
Yeah, he's in New York. He's a New York City hero, you know, and I think that there will be more Marvel Universe of it when we get deeper into the show. I mean, like, I do think, I don't know if it's going to be this season. It would be an insane twist, but I think we're going to get all of them back. You know, the Defenders, I think we'll get every single one of them. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they were somehow in this season somewhere by the end of it.
Yeah,
Jessica Jones is.
I'm expecting Jessica Jones the most.
Yeah, more than anyone.
But
Luke
I
Cage
think by
should be in
season
Fantastic
2.
Four.
Yes, Luke Cage will be in Fantastic Four. I think by season 2, though, I think we're gonna.
I love
do
that
that.
you slid that in there so sincerely, and also they should put Luke Cage in Fantastic Four.
Dude, just even a Marvel presentation. You know, Heroes for Hire, dude. 50 minutes, Heroes for Hire. You get Jessica Jones in there.
The best episode of Iron Fist is the fucking Luke Cage
Heroes
team
for
up
Hire.
episode. Or was that
Heroes
that
for
was
Hire.
Luke Cage? Was it?
That was Luke Cage
Yeah,
season
that was
2.
Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Heroes
Yeah,
for
that's right.
Hire. You get Luke Cage and Iron Fist in there. Then you also get Jessica Jones. You say they're together. You say they have a baby. Who fucking cares about why?
Yeah.
That's it. You know, just do that.
Yeah.
And I just want to see that all. I want Elektra to come back. I want to see all these elements back. I obviously will continue the show. I think it will be good. I'm very excited to see where Muse goes. I think that's a really cool, interesting character to throw in there.
Sure.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Oh, obviously,
yeah.
And I'm excited to see where these characters go. I mean, I think it's interesting that Karen makes the point of San Francisco. You know, are we going to go there? Are we going to do Daredevil San Francisco stuff? Are we going to do the identity thing? Like, do you think we go there? Is that a cliffhanger? Is that a season 1 cliffhanger?
I really think he might like be a She-Hulk situation where he is a superhero lawyer. You know what I mean? Like people know the identity and he's a lawyer.
He's gonna work with that one girl. Who was that? Megan Stallion.
Yes, he gets to or Madison with two. There's got a Y, but it's not where you think. But I think that would be cool. I think that that would be a killer cliffhanger, especially for season 1. You know, his identity gets revealed.
Season 1, by the way, is going to be there was
it's leaked by Ben Urk's daughter.
Oh, Baby Urich. Yeah, you know what?
You think leaked by her? I'm thinking just leaked by the mayor of New York.
I'm very
that'd be better.
Very happy. I turned to my girlfriend.
Daredevil is Matt Murdock.
I went to it's just Jake Gyllenhaal again. There's no explanation. It's deep fake Jake Gyllenhaal, so the mouth moves with the rest out. Yeah, Spider-Man is Peter Parker.
Daredevil's mad at me. He says he's going to be the only one that's going to be the new Iron Man. Nobody else.
And when he says like, "Is Matt Murdock?" It cuts to like a high school grad picture of like Charlie Cox.
It's him from Stardust with the long hair.
Yeah.
Where were we going with? Oh, BB Urich. I turned to my girlfriend and I went, I swear I need this character to be. I need her to be the Jesus Hunter. I need her to be the niece. I needed her to be the niece of Ben Urich and not the daughter. Because if the
daughter would have made no fucking sense.
He had a secret daughter. I would have been like, oh. So when she went, I'm named after my uncle. I was like,
and she's what, 25? So she would have been 15. Like, where was he raising this daughter?
Yeah, exactly. Where was this character? No, I bought it.
I would like one thing I would like from this, because it's in the MCU now. I want more exploration into the blip era, because I thought it was very interesting that in Echo they established, they mentioned in this show, which I thought was really cool. Didn't she shoot you in the head? That was cool.
Yeah.
I think in
Do you have
Echo, they
children?
established that both Fisk and Murdoch survived the blip. They were alive for those 5 years, and I want to
Yeah,
know.
which we saw. Yeah, that was cool.
I think
like
that
whole-
that's very interesting. I think that's really. I think there's something you could do something in that time period, maybe even Punisher in that time period or something. I think. I mean, this is a thing about the MCU in general is I would like more time spent when the world was over. You know what I mean? I think that'd be cool. Like,
Yeah, we get nothing.
imagine that Punisher specials in the blip, dude, and it's like cleaning up the streets and it's just him. Like, oh my god, that'd be cool. You
That
know?
would be fucking
Maybe
dude.
have, like, Ronan appear.
Punisher left behind while everyone else blips out. That's such a recipe for disaster, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's funny also that Punisher they will not be able to have Micro in there because he's
the
Ben
thing.
Grimm
the
now,
thing.
or he could, I
Yeah.
guess, because people have different faces in different universes.
Yeah,
but
and he looks
that's
fairly
funny.
different in that show.
Yeah.
I forgot. I really liked Micro in that show too.
Yeah, overall, I mean, I wasn't impressed. I didn't love it. I thought it was good. And I will follow through with it. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt, especially because there's going to be more of it fairly soon. Season 2 is next year.
Thank God.
So
It's filming like now, I think.
It's filming right now.
Filming
Yeah,
right now.
So as long as they build upon it, you haven't. I guess that's the thing is I'm not interested really in the foundation of this, but whatever they can build upon it is cool. Fisk as mayor, obviously, that is like. The
That's
thing
fun,
about
yeah.
that is there's juice in that for like a saga worth of stuff. You know,
Yes,
like
yeah.
Fisk could have. Oh my god, like, dude, like
We gotta
we're
move
getting.
on.
I know, real quick though, we're getting a movie in 2 months where there's going to be a superhero team in New York City, the Thunderbolts. Like, is Fisk in there? Do you get?
Oh,
do you
fuck.
do stuff
Yeah,
like
no,
that?
absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Is
a good
Wilson
point.
because Devil's Reign he has the Thunderbolts as a team? There's a secret benefactor of that somewhere, right?
That's a good point. I didn't think about it like that.
Something like that. That'd be
Or
cool.
they'll just completely ignore it.
I would like for
They'll
Fisk.
probably
My point is,
ignore it.
my point is that if you can't do Norman Osborn for Dark Reign, and you want, I would like for Fisk to be a bigger character in the MCU in general. He could be like a mini
Right, for?
Thanos. You know what I
Do
mean?
you think Fisk could make Stark Tower Fisk Tower? It's the
be
biggest
cool.
one in New York.
It
That
would be
cool.
Yeah.
It
Cool.
would be cool.
Anyway, there you go.
JD's purple
Okay.
on the side. JD, lean where you were just a second ago. Look at this. Look, he's
Oh,
purple.
purple.
Oh, it's a reference. It's a reference.
Reference.
Okay. Whew. All right. Let's get through this. Welcome to the. I just opened my fucking Instagram on a meme about Foggy Nelson's death. God damn it. Dude.
Oh, a meme.
Are we
How
doing your
dare
thing
they?
now?
Yep. Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
So last night, and I hid it from you guys because of Tyler. I put up a
You
story.
blocked us.
Yes.
I did. I didn't block you. I just hid the story. It's kind of calm down, man. I asked the listeners, like, I was trying to think of like trivia questions. I was trying to think of out of context stuff, and I was like, I don't have the time, and we've done this. So what's something we have not done? Self-congratulatory awards. We are awarding ourselves for the best and worst of this show over time. Do you want to know the categories ahead of time, or do you just want me to go through each one and tell you the results?
Rip them
I
through.
think just go through it.
Yeah, just go
I
through.
think rip them through. So, thank you first and foremost to all of the people that commented and voted on this, because there were a heap of people, and I really appreciate it, because if they didn't engage in this, it wouldn't have worked. If
yeah,
it was
it
just
would've
like
been
if
one
Nate
guy.
Gammon was the only one that interacted, it would have been like, well, fuck, Nate's pick of the year is.
I have no idea what this is here.
So, our first category is best episode of the show. Now, I'm going to read the responses, but I have tallied up what people have said. I'm going to read some of the least popular choices first.
So it was like questions
So-
that they could type.
Yep.
Oh,
So this is what people
okay.
have typed out and chosen,
Okay.
and I've counted up everything. So I've got all the results for the top, like 2 or 3 for each category. So we have the X-Men '97 review, simply because it was a full-out nerd fest. Fair enough.
that was
I
just
don't think
Hunter
I was
and I.
there for that.
That was just Tyler and I. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a good vote. Joker fucking 2. So that's good.
I like the title of that episode is just Joker.
That's good.
fucking
We do
two.
have, I will say, spoilers. There is a category for best episode title as well.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
good.
Oh, yes.
Everything Dies. Everything Dies was a good episode. That's nice.
Which one's that one?
Pete,
Oh, that
I'm on the YouTube channel looking.
right.
yeah, everything
Dies.
Dies was the
Oh,
one
yeah.
where was it Tyler's face? No, it was Hunter's face was Dr. Doom. He was laughing
Dr.
on
Doom,
the
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
End of Secret War.
People liked the theories episode. which I think's
Oh.
cool because I really like the theories episode.
Yeah, it was fun.
It made me happy. Yeah. Um, this one was I saw this, I was very surprised. Shang-Chi trailer reaction and Kangaroo Jack. That was in their best episode.
Yeah, Abomination.
Abomination. Yeah, dude. Straight up.
That was fun.
The trial of Hunter. I don't remember what Hunter was on trial for, but
I
I
don't
do remember
remember
the
either.
thumbnail was him in prison.
I remember.
I remember he was in prison. What was it?
It was because I messed up with I keep messing up with the news. Saying like these things. So you guys put me on trial to be like, you're not the news guy anymore. And I'm Tyler.
Yeah.
We have a second vote for Everything Dies. So people really
Wow, people like
that one.
Everything Dies.
The Venomverse explained episode 141. I don't know what the fuck we explained in that
Venomverse
episode.
explained.
What if
I think
Venomverse explained.
I remember. That was
141.
when we were talking about like the Sony universe of Marvel movies or whatever. I said that they should do Avengers 5. It's a V, and then they should
Oh,
reveal
yes, that's
N.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The one where Harper turned purple. Fair enough. Good
Classic.
choice.
That was when they announced Fantastic Four.
Yeah, right. Was it? Wow.
Sorry,
God.
I'm going through our channel right now. The Venomverse Explained episode 141. The thumbnail is Carnage with an arrow pointing to the Avengers symbol.
Can you show it? Can you show it to the camera?
It's small because it's on my phone here, but there.
Oh yeah. Oh, you did that one, Hunter. That's right. By the way, I was clicking the bottom of this pen. It just broke, and now it's extended all the way.
No!
fucking out. God
And
damn it.
yeah.
That's so upsetting. Tyler, the human condition has got the vote on here.
Classic.
Oh, I fixed it. Woo!
Let's go.
Anyway, big day for clicky pens.
Human Condition, great episode.
Sort of a spiritual successor to that. Tyler and Harper watch Avengers Infinity War is up there. It's one of my
that
favorites.
episode, man. I was so happy that we did that. My God.
Some guy named Tom has written anyone with Tom. I don't know who that guy is or who that guest
Is that a movie?
Sure.
Anyone with Tom?
Merc?
Anyone with Tom? Yeah. Oh yeah, Glenn Powell's in that.
Mhm.
Out of context quiz, which is episode 206. They said they've listened to this at least 10 times. I will announce right now that the out of context episode will be soon. We're doing another one. We will be doing another one. I'm actively working on it.
Let's go.
And I think I'm going to recruit the audience to help with that one.
I'm a fan of Charles Xavier. I can explain a lot of stuff. So
I can explain a lot. Yeah. Okay, so in second
I scrolled
place,
up the real quick. The one before that episode that you mentioned is Hugh News, where we were Wolverine's claw.
Hugh News.
Hugh Jackman was
I
coming back.
I don't know if the audience fully knows this. Like, I always make the joke on the podcast, like, what should the thumbnail be? But generally after the episode, Tyler Hunter usually go, can you do this and this and this? And I'm like, I guess
you throw
so.
this in and this in, and
Yeah.
there's should we say this real quick? If you go back one of the thumbnails previously, there is a little Count Orlok with his dick out. On the thumbnail.
No. Not only that, if you go to, I think it's the second episode of this season of D&D, there is like a 20% opacity full Count Orlok with his dick.
Yeah.
It's season 2, episode 2 of
Can you put
D&D.
naked Orlok in there somewhere?
Yeah, it's twice that you've gone, can you put his dick on there? I'm like, and no, you said to me, you were like, if you can't get Count Orlok's dick, I expect you to put your own. And I was like, oh man, I'm really going to make this work.
Yeah.
In second place, voted the best episode is Mark Wade. Now I'm going to assume that is the new one.
Just
One or two.
both
That
of them,
is-
maybe.
But that is second
The
place.
new one is good, man. That new one is a good
is, yeah,
episode.
that's fun.
It's excellent. First place, and I don't know why, I don't even fully remember it, is episode 200.
I was just
It's
looking
where we're fat.
at the thumbnail for
Yeah,
that.
that is-
I'm
that
fat
is-
in that thumbnail.
That
We
was,
all
that
are.
was outvoted as that was apparently the best episode goes to episode 200.
Wow.
I
That
was
we-
just
we-
reading
That's
the
interesting.
caption in the like the description or whatever in 200, and Hunter actually like wrote like a nice thing like this was
did?
never thought a little show to do on Thursday nights with my friend JD would turn into a little community of people wanted to hear us talk and complain on comics. We have made so many friends with this show and added some fantastic additions to the host. Thank you so much for listening. Whether this is your first episode or 200, thank you. We'll see you next week for 201. Like
That's so nice.
a
Can you
rare
copy
remember
and
writing
paste
that?
that, but just change the 2 to a
300,
3
yeah.
for this
Yeah,
one?
I'll do that. I'll do that.
I don't
Um,
remember that.
I remember that
second
episode we went
category.
over our top 5 favorite characters and our favorite books, and that was fun.
Yeah.
Second category.
Wait, can I say something real quick? I wanted to mention this. It's
Yeah.
interesting. 200, we went over this. We were just talking about Daredevil, but we went over the fact that a lot of the reason we four became friends was because we were talking about Daredevil. We were talking about specifically the Zdarsky run at the time.
Yep.
Elektra becomes Daredevil, and we were flipping out, all of us. And so we did that Daredevil episode like 200 episodes ago. And I think
Yeah.
that was kind of the catalyst for us becoming closer. Is like, God, this character's fucking cool, isn't he?
Right,
Like,
yeah.
it was a
Yeah.
lot of it was because of
We
Daredevil.
were all reading Daredevil too. Like we went back.
Yeah, going back, Bendis, Wade, all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Harper, you might be muted. I don't know
Interesting.
if you're talking. Oh no.
So no, I was just counting. So the next category is best guest. Now,
Ooh.
I thought this was a layup, and it is.
It's
but
not
there's
Mark
also a
Waid?
challenge. There's a
Okay.
challenge to it. So I'm going to read some of the not top 2. Some of the not top 2 best guest is JD, which is such a good answer.
I've been good lately, damn it. I've been on the show almost every week.
So and another person then followed up with, actually, at this point, it's JD. So there's 2 people that have at least voted for JD. We've got Scott Lobdell.
Hell yeah.
Not so sure about that. Not so sure. I
That was
don't know
probably
if
the
I
worst
should.
episode of a hero
Throw
story.
back
I
soon.
don't
We're
know if
asking
I should
back.
say this, and I'm not going to say the person who said it. I'm not saying this. I'm reading what someone said, but they said that Spider-Man Lotus fucker. So that's one on there. That's good. I didn't say that though. They wrote that,
Okay.
so you can't be
It's
mad
weird
at
that the one who submitted that was Gavin J. Knopf. I like that.
me.
No one follower of a hero.
In second place, with a surprising eight comments, was Tom. Was Tom.
Okay.
Oh,
As-
oh my
That's not
God.
surprising.
Multiple people have specified in brackets the Joker.
Joker Tom, yeah.
So I've just
Yeah.
had to say that is Tom. But obviously, in first place with 17 was Mark Waid. So
Yeah.
Tom,
Yeah,
good second
yeah.
place, but Mark Waid in first. I knew that one would be a gimme, but I'm impressed that Tom did as well
Yeah,
as he
layup.
did, to be honest. Okay, next category. This is best moment in the history of the show.
God damn.
Joker.
So I've got a top 2 here, but I'm going to go through some of the other
Purple
ones.
Harper's got to be up there.
Purple Harper.
Um,
Oh my God, man.
so
Did you be a long time listener for that? That was like
Yeah, that was
108 or
the
something.
D23 or not D23
Oh.
Marvel. It was when they announced the Fantastic Four movie. It was December
Oh.
2020.
Okay. I'm not going to read that one. I am going to read this one. Happy birthday, Harper. That's a good one.
That's
Oh,
good.
excellent. That's their favorite moment. Wow.
That was their favorite moment. Hunter lying about the plot of Wonder Woman 3.
That was
That's a
good.
great
Oh,
one.
fuck
Come
you
on,
for
Bob.
that, man. Oh my God.
Deadline.
Neb's good.
Deadline. It was deadline.
Neb's good takes, man. He's big on. I don't know if you know, like Neb's good takes is like a voice in the comic book community on the
Yeah.
internet, man.
Actually, I've just
Yeah,
realized
I
that
didn't know.
this, looking through it again, I've miscounted. Actually, this Hunter reads fake news. Hunter and Neb's good takes. Steve Trevor in the Lazarus pit. That has Hunter falling for the bait. Hunter, that is actually second place, which is above.
It's an honor. It
which
is
is
an honor.
above. It's above Mark Waid, and it is also above the other one, which was us reacting to Doctor Doom. That was my original second place, but that is now.
I mean,
third
yeah,
behind
I
Hunter.
for me that was I think that's my favorite moment.
Yeah, one of them just says Tyler freaking out over the Doom casting. That's good. Someone said the Climbers kit from D&D 1, which is fair.
That's one of my
classic.
favorites.
When Comic Rebirth died. Awesome, thank you. One person said D&D. Thank you for that one person. Harper face paint in brackets any, and in the leading place with 10 votes was Tom as the Joker, which is fair.
Thomas
enough.
I mean, that was
makes
Tom
that
is
was
the Joker.
unbelievable,
Purple
man.
Harper.
Shout out to Tom, who has beaten Mark Waid in this category. So
I'm shocked there's no Purple Harper votes.
To be fair, I just
Yeah.
looked. It is episode 120, which was also 4 years ago.
oh wow.
Yeah, wow.
Damn, dude. Wow. This one, okay. this one sucks. I'm sorry for this. This is funniest member.
Oh,
Okay.
here we go. Harper.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna read some of the less ones. We have Mark Ruffalo, which is basically me. We've had someone that said
Just
everyone with
basically
love
me.
heart hands,
Oh, thanks,
which
guys.
is nice.
Oh, you can't vote
Someone
everyone.
said funniest looking question mark JD.
Oh.
Someone said JD when he's angry. Someone said Hunter in brackets unintentionally.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But in second place, in second place is JD with 4 votes. In first place with
Four.
9. In first place with 19 votes.
Jeez.
Harper is
It's your
you.
boy.
Stop the count.
However-
Stop the count. I got it at 4.
Now, however, that was the biggest blowout category so far with 19 votes. There's been a couple more since, but actually the next category is the one that had the single most votes for one individual thing. The next category is best conversationalist. Now, I had a pretty good theory of where this was going. I'm going to read through some of them, but you know what? I'm just going to like show you the responses. Just an absolute Tyler sweep. Tyler,
I saw one of me.
Tyler, you got 25 responses as the best conversationalist. That's
I
the
can
biggest.
yap. Listen, if there's something
We got
I
a
can
couple.
do,
We got a couple together. I think you and I as a team, but you are carrying the conversation.
Harper-
There's-
The only Hunter vote was written by Sketchbook Hunter, right? That was
Harper, I gotta ask.
Yes.
How many JDs on that one?
JD got. It's not looking good, fellas.
Goodfellas. Goodfellas.
JD got one. JD got one. Let's
Oh,
go.
there we go.
His dad didn't say JD. He just responded with like a thinking face. So he didn't even pick his own son.
Just thinking about it, man.
Throws mine
Wow.
on the
In
Wow.
second place is me with 4. However, I want to say that 3 out of my 4 votes, only one of them was my name. The other 3 were Tyler and Harper together. So thank you for carrying me across the finish line.
You're welcome,
Tyler.
brother. I can
Appreciate
yap.
it.
If there's something I can do, it's fucking yap, dude.
When you were talking at the start of the episode about news, I dead set thought about we should just call this a Tyler story. I was best thumbnail. This one was an interesting one. There's a big spread here. And as far as I could see,
I don't even know what my favorite. Let me look at my favorite thumbnail is.
So many good.
there was not necessarily a clear winner from what I
Orlok's
saw.
dick is my. I mean, I was so happy that you did it.
Yeah, I did it. I did it twice.
I think mine is Hugh News.
Anything with Fat Harper. Thank you.
Good.
Episode 287. They have not set a title, so I'm not sure. Can someone look up
287 is
287?
where we're the 3 jokers.
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh,
Cool.
yeah.
All right. Excellent.
Never
I
mind.
don't
My
know if this was
favorite.
mentioned, but I do love the when we were Nick Fury.
Yes.
And
yeah.
Sergeant Rock. And Sergeant
I
Rock.
love episode 267, World War Knuckles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was
Yes.
awesome.
That might be my favorite. The Saving
Knuckles
Private Ryan
actually
one.
looks like he's a part.
Actually, one of the next ones is World War Knuckles. Also,
World War Knuckles,
who
267.
killed? We had Who Killed That Baby? We
Who
also had
Killed That
this one which
Baby? Is excellent. That's the one where you are Peter Parker on the couch and I'm the Green Goblin staring at
that
you.
is an
Yeah.
all-time. Yeah, I sent that. I love
that's a
that
good
one.
one.
Someone said this one, which I did screenshot. That's the us as the Fantastic Four.
The only one that's really edited is you.
It's just fucking atrocious. It's so bad. Episode 200 or D&D season 2 episode 2, which is the Orlok Dick one, so that's good.
Yes.
One, we've got Black Adam review, episode 207 for Hunter. So they've specified a Hunter thumbnail.
207. Let's see.
207.
207
Oh
is
no,
the Black Adam
that
review.
is the
That's
Black Adam.
where
Oh,
you've
the
drawn us
drawing.
all as Black Adam.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
that's a
yes.
good one, man.
Someone said
We're all in
D&D
different
season
suits.
2, season 2, episode 3 for me, which is the one where Hunter's got us in his hand. I think that's the worst one of the season. So that's
Really?
Yeah,
I love
thought it was
this
okay.
one. I don't know if it'll get enough love, but the Hunter and Tyler.
Oh, that one is good.
What episode is that?
The Wojak. That's
The secret episode where I'm the Penguin and you're Godzilla, Harper?
Oh my god, that was another one you specified, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You were
There's
like, "Can you
one
make
where
us
it's
go-"
just Hunter
Okay,
as the
one, yeah.
Penguin and it's
Kang
the
Lang
Hunter.
Bang. That's a great title and a great
Kang Lang
thumbnail.
Bang. Yeah, Kang Lang
That was
Bang
our
came
Ant-Man
about.
3 review.
That came about because you wouldn't let us call the episode Kang Bang, and you were like, only if it's Kang Lang Bang, and I was like, whatever, we'll take it. Like,
Scotland.
A second one for Who Killed That Baby, but also
Great
The
episode.
Penguin. Another episode 200. 298, which is the second Mark Waid interview, which is him as Superman. Uh, Another one says Todd as Joker. I think they meant Tom. Did we have a Todd? Who's Todd?
From
That Green Goblin one, which again is the Who Killed That Baby.
Who Killed That Baby? God, that's a good one, man.
Which actually, if I count correctly, 260, 267. Yeah, Who Killed That Baby has been voted as the best thumbnail.
It's a good one.
So
I
the one
love that episode. We said so. Who Killed That Baby is because we talk about how they've never explained what happened to Peter Parker's baby in
and
canon.
I was sitting there. That's when you were your best conversationalist for that. When I'm sitting there listening to you being like, "Yeah, so it was the baby," and they never answer it. Norman Osborn maybe killed it, and I'm like, "What?"
I also think that might be my favorite title. Is just Who Killed That Baby.
The very first thumbnail we ever had actually was Purple Harper episode.
Oh wow!
Well, that we didn't do thumbnails.
Holy shit! Wow, that's a legacy. Cool. Next category: best episode title.
Who Killed That Baby?
Kang Lang Bang.
Yeah, I kind of like Kang Lang Bang.
Finale
is funny.
Finale is good. Yeah,
and then finale 2.
Yeah.
Such these are so fucking. There's two.
Oh, we were inside out on the finale too. That was a great thumbnail.
Yeah. A couple of these I didn't even remember. They're so good. So A Hero Story Rebirth, yeah, it's a good one. So much for that. Everything Dies, cool. World War Knuckles, hell yeah. Kang Lang Bang has made it. This is one of my favorites that I forgot about was A Hero Storage. I think that's just so
A Hero Storage.
An episode that just called A Hero Story. I think because someone fucked it up on like as they were talking, they said A Hero Storage, and that's what we called the episode.
I just found one called The Return of the X-Men and Bill Murray.
Yes.
What about episode 247? This one sucks.
And it did. It wasn't a good one. I'm looking forward for you guys to see one of the later categories because I think we will all agree with it. Okay. The Death of a Hero Story, that's good. This one I love, Hunter's Millions. I just think that's so good. Joker's Millions.
That thumbnail's great too. Iron Man saying one of these people is not a millionaire.
What are we doing here? Classic. Finale. Who Killed That Baby? Who Killed That Baby? Rebirth, because since then you've done it like 3 more times.
That's true.
Next episode, real one, aka number 1, is Rebirth, right?
Yeah. Future of the Avengers.
Future
of the Avengers in brackets featuring the mystery guest, which I think was just JD, wasn't it?
JD,
JD
was the mystery guest.
Godzilla X Tom, Vader Let There Be Conan, and Finale 2, but with one final one.
Vader,
Who Killed That Baby? Is the
damn
most,
a two category sweep for Who Killed That Baby?
Yeah, once. Yeah.
Oh my god. Who Killed That Baby?
Who Killed That Baby has taken thumbnail and title. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
Now I thought like it was really good to prop ourselves up and talk about like some of the really good things that we've done in the history of this podcast. So now we're going to go the opposite way. Worst episode.
Probably this one sucks.
This one sucks.
Once again, Hulk movie review is the first one. Sorry, Hunter.
Actually, I agree.
Oh, man. The secret episode was there because we didn't.
Yes.
Yep. Someone said, "Does the lost episode count?"
It does.
Someone rightfully, I think, said the one where Harper can't stop talking about Kangaroo Jack. I think that's fair. That's probably fair.
No, that was a good one. Someone else said that was a good one.
Hulk 2003 review. Sorry.
You know what's weird? I'm looking at the Trial of Hunter thumbnail, and it's Hunter in jail with Boba Fett.
That was his dad. Like we kept saying his dad.
Yeah,
that's right. The one where it was Hunter all by himself.
Yeah, that's Hulk 03. Hulk 03.
We had a couple for Black Adam, which is fair. Bad episode, my fault.
No.
And then a couple more for the one we will never see. But in second place was Hunter by himself, the Hulk review. That one collected
Oh,
the second most.
second.
The first most, and I hate to say it, there is a few here. I don't know if I'll read them, but the Gavin episode, Gavin interview, Gavin the Lotus interview. So in first place for worst episode is also our most
Most
viewed.
viewed, yeah.
It's what we're known for.
To be fair, someone has clarified not even because of everything that happened after, just because it was fucking boring. So that's fair.
Good. I wasn't there. You guys needed your best conversationalist, but I wasn't there.
Maybe.
Thank God I wasn't there.
So
Jesus
congratulations.
Christ. That's your legacy, guys.
Yeah. Right. Worst moment in the history of the show.
Worst
Last episode
moment
for me.
in the history of the show.
Worst moment. So, Steve Trevor in the Lazarus Pit, which is great.
No.
That one's so funny though.
I'm so sorry, but Sean episodes.
I
One
thought I wasn't allowed to vote on this.
Dude, the question is worst moment in the show. Someone just wrote Hunter. Like for the entire
I get it, man. I get it.
Someone said the entirety of 2023 when you guys stopped talking about comics. Probably fair.
2024 and 2025.
Yeah.
Someone said, whenever you guys have an
Often.
opinion that I disagree with, and then in brackets said often, also fair enough.
Valid.
When Hunter believes in not credible sources about Marvel or DC news. Tom said none. Thanks, Tom. That's really
thanks,
Tom. Thank you.
Thanks, man. This is the one that I am going to take issue with. Okay.
Here we go.
Someone said,
Oh, you talked about this before recording.
yeah. So I take issue with this. Hyping up Lotus and then when shit hits the fan, never addressing it until months later.
We did.
I think we fucking addressed it ad nauseum.
We did when
addressed it
we
a
watched
lot.
the movie
That
and we
week.
talked about it.
We talked about it a lot very soon after because I disappeared for a month. The
Yeah.
drama happened. I came back a week later. We did an episode.
What was the episode? I remember us talking about it. Let me find the episode so that you could get your fucking facts
also
straight,
like I
man.
don't really know like what more was there to say. It was like, oh, this happened. We joked about it like
I'm pretty
all
sure
the
it was
time.
episode
We still joke
241.
about it.
we still
241.
we just joked about it like 4 minutes ago.
Blue Beetle and Goodbye Daredevil. I'm pretty sure that's the episode where we talked about how we watched Lotus and it was dog shit.
Yeah.
And we talked about
Yeah.
it there. I think we
I
did.
think we started the episode saying
look-
like we have 2 movies to review, Blue Beetle.
I will say the
Yeah.
person that typed this in, all-time listener. I'm not going to say their name because I'm not trying to call them out or start an argument. But I saw that and I went, definitely talked about. We talked about.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's funny.
Now for the actual results, it was. Oh, actually, I might be wrong. No, never mind. No, I'm right. So worst moments were, I believe, a tie between. No, never mind. It is the lost episode. That is number one for the worst moment.
It's not
Was the
even
bit that they didn't
interesting.
get to see.
It
They
is.
didn't get
They
to
are
see it.
right
And-
though.
They're right, but yeah, no, counting again, that is absolutely the one that had the most votes with Gavin in second. But yeah, they're right. They are right.
Yeah,
They never got
yeah.
to see it, but they're right.
Mhm.
Okay, next category. Oh man, worst thumbnail.
Probably any of mine, right?
Or mine, maybe.
He might have said those where I draw
Finale
this.
2. How dare you? How
No, that's
dare
the
you
Inside Out
criticize finale?
one.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was
I know.
good.
How dare you? A hero story YouTube in brackets first video ever. That's probably fair. Thanks, Sean.
Yeah.
Someone said Doom the Dancing Clown, which is fair because it's horrifying.
Which one's that one?
That's
Doom
the one where
Dancing
I'm
Clown.
Pennywise.
Oh yeah, and I'm Doom. And that's the picture for our group chat.
Wait, a hero story YouTube is just a picture of me and Hunter with the logo.
Doom the Dancing Clown is a picture that Hunter, for some reason you've made, or not Hunter, Harper, you've made our group chat name on iMessage. Or the picture.
Oh,
Robert Doom,
yes, yeah,
and then
that's
it's the picture
right.
of me
That's
as,
right. Yeah.
as
I can
Reed
change
Doom.
it if you want.
I'm just always confused when I see it.
Most of Hunter's thumbnails. Hunter, you're right. there.
Almost.
And yet, First place again for some reason for what is worst thumbnail is the Gavin interview. Now, is the thumbnail that bad, or did you like people just don't like
It's just his face. Like,
Yeah,
I know.
Spider-Man Lotus interview with creator.
I'm telling you that I have made worse thumbnails, and I'm definitely telling you that Hunter is. I think the worst thumbnail was when you guys did the Fantastic Four book club, and the thumbnail was so bad that I made a new one in my own time because I was like, I can't. This is not okay.
yeah, I get that.
I don't know.
get that.
Did you post it, Hunter?
Post what?
They would
The
have been him,
thumbnail
yeah.
for that book club.
I
You
don't think
must
so because
have.
it was changed before.
Oh, what was it? Are you sure? God, there are some bad. I just found the
there are bad
filler
ones.
episode thumbnail. That's a great thing. I can't believe no one brought
Oh,
that
the
up.
Michael Caine's.
The
Yeah.
Dark Knight trilogy good, and we just randomly have Jeff Bezos in there. I
This is-
forget
I,
what
I,
Jeff Bezos was.
I
Oh,
couldn't even tell you. Couldn't even
Huge
tell you.
superhero movie drama. It's pretty funny.
That is
It's
good.
where you're,
But-
yeah, where yeah.
That's
All right.
right above 212.
Oppenheimer's good. We like Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer is
Yeah. But I like that in the thumbnail it's Oppenheimer, and then the name of the episode is
Oppenharper.
Oppenharper.
I know.
Oh man.
No, I can't. As far as I can see, I can't find this book club thing. But Jesus Christ, that was terrible, Hunter, and I'm sorry.
No, it is. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
I mean, oh, I found it! Oh my God. Oh, dude, you're so cooked. You're so fucked.
I
This
cooked.
looks Hunter.
Did I cook? I don't even remember.
No, you
Can you
didn't,
show
bro.
it?
Yeah, I'm getting the other one up as well. Fantastic Four book club, brother.
Wow.
Keep in mind, I'm a professional artist.
Yeah,
That's
you are a
true.
professional artist, and I'm like a not very good school teacher. Like you should be doing this well.
Like I draw for a
this
living.
this is Hunter's original.
Let's
Oh
see.
my
I
God,
don't
dude!
remember it. I'm nervous.
You had to go to bed. This was Hunter's thumbnail for the book club.
Yeah. Yeah, that's rough.
So then
That's
I
rough.
went back and changed it, and I made it that.
That's better, yeah.
That's better.
Which, like,
yeah.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but also,
It's technically not a video, but the one for our YouTube with like the background of us all becoming Venom, like
yeah,
good
it's
stuff.
great.
And Harper's Carnage.
that is one of the best. Yeah.
There is one more category that is kind of it's an honorary category. It is best quotes. Okay, I want people to chime in with some of their best quotes. There is a quote that reigned supreme.
Really?
So first one is
Tell me what are we
wah.
doing here?
First one is
that
wah
makes
at the
sense.
end of every episode.
Oh,
so Hunter,
wah.
that's you.
Oh, because
Wow.
Hunter said it, and then I started doing it too. Yeah.
Mhm.
Bruh, I was cooked. Harper, whenever something is bad, that's fair. That's probably fair. I
Yeah.
do say that a lot. Shart stooting made it on.
Shart
I love shart stooting. Leaked shit. It's always Spider-Man leaked shit. That's a classic. We brought that up in the last out of context one.
What was it again?
This one's crazy. I am blind, but I can see through walls. I can also see She-Hulk's tits. Mark Ruffalo. So that must have been me. That was clearly me. Dude, you think
Oh
I'm
my
unhinged
gosh.
now? I was unhinged earlier.
Yeah, those-
Fat
yeah.
Harper had no filter, dude. Oh my
Fat sector, you
God.
mean?
That's,
Yeah, sorry, fat sector.
That's actor.
that's actually your
What if you were just like, my, and then you just turn into Venom? I don't know who said that, but that's the quote.
Probably
What
Hunter.
if you were just
I
like,
think Hunter said that.
My, and then you
Sounds
just
like Hunter.
Oh, okay. I remember. It was when Harper, you were having like that heart issue, and you were like,
Oh yeah, I went to hospital. Yeah, that's right.
It was like, what if you just like went like, and then you turned into Venom?
There's two in a row. So there's a fat sector one. That's good.
stuff.
Philip Kennedy Johnson on Hulk. I remember that.
Yeah.
Tyler nearly crashed out on that
Oh
one.
yeah.
Because
You
you
said
went
JMS.
That's
you went
Something,
JMS on Hulk. I just went, nope.
No.
Yeah. That's true. I think we posted that on Instagram.
I need to say I'm going to do this in a Hunter Canadian accent so that people can't possibly take this out of context.
All
as me
right.
saying it. Hey, 14's old enough.
Yep,
So that
yep.
that was on it. Two in a row for this one
enough.
was Roy
Arrakis?
Roy Heroin, Roy Harper. That's a great one. Roy Heroin,
Heroin.
Roy
I think that was
Harper.
JD.
You just be like, I just called him Roy Heroin.
That's good. That's good.
Can I call you daddy, which is me to your dad, JD?
I remember. Yeah, that's a good one.
But the number one quote of all time is, I'm a fan of Charles Xavier. I could justify quite a bit. I think
Really?
that is the
Wow.
best
Not a
quote.
single vote for what are we doing here?
I
Doesn't
love,
he represent all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
we've
no,
lost the ancient text, dude.
yeah, no, yeah,
Was that
no,
me?
Who said that one?
That's you, yeah. I'm a fan of Charles Xavier. I can justify quite a bit. And we were just like, bro, whoa.
What was the context? I don't even
Hold on,
remember.
no pressure.
What was the
something
context of that?
Something about Jean Grey maybe being 16 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something bad.
Um,
It was something real bad.
That's funny, man.
Dude, I am blind, but I can see through walls. I can also see She-Hulk's tits. That is unreal. I did that in the Mark
I like that
Ruffalo
Mark
voice.
Ruffalo said that because you would think that Daredevil would say that.
Yeah, I thought that was
Yeah,
a
I know.
Daredevil
Yeah, I
thing.
know. Yeah. No, it
Since
doesn't
when
make
was
any
Mark
sense,
Ruffalo
does it?
blind?
Well, the
Yeah.
other thing, we're just like, Mark, it's your cousin. He's like,
yeah, remember he didn't care that it was his cousin.
Yeah.
Didn't he say like wouldn't be the first time or something?
Yeah.
Oh man, old man Logan.
It was something like I did it once, I'll do it
Yeah.
again, something like that. So thank you to our big winners, which was the Who Killed That Baby and Spider-Man Lotus. Those are our big winners. That's
If you
what
take
defines
anything
this
away
show.
from
Both
the 300
Spider-Man
episodes,
related.
it's all about
Both
Lotus.
Spider-Man related. Yeah,
Thank
those
you,
are our
Lotus.
those are our Hero
Wow.
Story awards. The next thing I'm working on will be another out of context quiz.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna go back. I might
thank
even
you.
go back to episode 1.
Oh shit.
And I guess the prize will be Thunderbolts tickets.
Oh sweet.
I might even increase it.
Is that
you
really
and
a
one
prize?
person.
Is that really? Is this like a?
Bro, it looks good.
Do I have to go
Yeah.
see Thunderbolts?
JD
Yes.
has never watched the trailer.
Yeah.
It looks good.
God.
It looks good.
What could I get you, JD? I don't know what you like.
Oh,
A girlfriend.
The flag.
A girlfriend would be
The
good.
Revenge of the
I'll try and
Sith.
get you a
For the
girlfriend.
Revenge of the Sith re-release.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Released.
That's in May, yeah.
Wow.
God.
So is that the
Yeah.
end of the show?
I think this is the longest
guess
episode
so,
we've
yeah.
ever recorded. Yeah.
Yeah,
Real
that's
quick.
it.
Good issue. Spoilers.
Very good
Uh,
issue.
Spoilers.
Bucky's a
Ready?
redhead.
Yeah. Bucky's
Yeah.
a Red Skull. Yeah. Very
Bucky,
cool.
No redhead.
Bucky, I saw that. Tyler,
Not
I read.
redhead.
I've still got a couple pages to go. I read Doctor Strange. It's
Good stuff.
okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
I think it's okay.
Um,
It's all right. Yeah,
anyway.
it's all right.
Anyway,
This was also all right. Justice League this week.
was that this week?
It's okay.
That's not this week. That was like a couple weeks ago.
Last week. It was last week.
2 weeks ago?
4. Issue 4.
Anyway, I don't remember. 4. Jesus. Issue 4. Wait, really? I don't remember that. Now I'm
Did
like,
you not
wait,
read
wait,
issue 4?
did I
Every
read that
episode.
issue?
Oh my god,
Anyway.
I thought it
JD
was
slowly
this week.
revealing the tank top. That's so good. Oh my god.
It was
Bro,
last
did you
week.
not
Yeah.
read this?
No, it was last week. I did read it. It's my bad.
Look at that. That's Martian Manhunter.
I do remember this. Okay, yes, I did read this. What am I talking about? Anyway. My God, this must be the longest episode of the podcast. The regular podcast, right?
Been at least 2.5.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
D&D episodes kind of came up around here.
Yeah.
Thank you for
but-
watching D&D last week. Thank you
Yes.
for watching the podcast these past 18 years, I think we're on now.
Yeah, it's fun, man. I always enjoy this. I always enjoy it. It's always fun.
Do we
This is the
start
last
from number
episode,
one?
though.
We're not.
Do we start
I was,
from? Do we reboot?
No, we don't reboot.
No.
We could, if you want, we could legacy number where it's 1 parentheses 301.
Can we legacy number that?
But
fun. And if
no,
we
this will not be the
don't
end.
like it, we could just go back and change it. And
Exactly,
matter. Yeah.
But I did get messages actually to me that asked if this was going to be the last episode or if it was just a joke.
Oh
It
my
was
God,
just a
next
joke.
week. We should call it a Hero Story: Born Again episode 1.
Hero Story episode 1. Okay,
And
yeah.
we'll talk about Born Again.
Yeah.
Born Again. We will. Yeah. Oh, they
but-
killed Foggy again. No.
But yeah, good stuff. It's always fun to do. I'm going to agree with Harper. It is like I just think it's crazy how this does affect people.
Yeah.
Because I just think we just talk about nonsense and bullshit. Like I don't think a lot of what we say matters, and then it turns out that it does matter to people, and I think that's
Yeah.
crazy.
We've caused
You
many
know?
car accidents, and that's an impact.
Yes,
Yeah.
That
including,
is
including
literally.
mine. Yeah. No, but yeah,
Oh,
good stuff. Finally,
Just
JD's
back.
free, and we will be back next week for
Although
301.
maybe I won't be.
What?
we killed off Foggy Harper.
Yeah. In the episode.
Okay.
I might
He
have.
just puts on the Lord. He puts on the One Ring and disappears.
But I
I'm
have to
gonna
do. I
be
have
going
to.
now.
I have to do with a Bwop.